Do it. Okay, how we doing? Alright, we are live. I believe we're live at least. Hey there everybody, welcome to Twisted Wrister Hockey. We're in store for an absolute treat today because we've got outdoor hockey happening in Nashville, Music City, between the Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm wearing one of their hats. So you've come to the right place if you want to hang out during this game. Of course, I don't have an actual feed going on here because this is YouTube. Hey, what's up, Isaiah? Thank you for joining. Yeah, can't exactly show the game, otherwise my channel could be taken down. I'm trying to make a little bit of income off of that. So anyway, guys, welcome. Don't be shy. Say hello and get ready for a fun afternoon or early evening of hockey here. And of course, wherever in the world you are watching from or tuning in from, we welcome you here. As you can see on our little schedule on the left-hand side for you, we're going to have some trivia at first intermission. I've got a series of 10 questions. Hey, Riley. 10 questions that will run about the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning for the most part. So we'll have that to look forward to at first intermission. And then at second intermission, I will rank the jersey history of these teams as well. So I've already kind of queued that up. And so I'm really excited to, of course, be hanging out with you guys for this game. Really not like a huge game in terms of standings or anything like that. Yeah, Nashville probably should be the team that pushes as hard as they can because, you know, they're right now they got a little bit of pressure in the standings. Hey, Nick, thank you for joining. Nashville could use this win. They had a huge win earlier this week against, of course, the Florida Panthers. It looked like they were dead in the water at first, and then they came back and surged to win that game 6-4. Hope the Preds win this game. Hope the Habs would have a 5-game winning streak. See, I mean, obviously I haven't been tuning into the Habs, just where they are in the standings, but it's good to see St. Louis having a great impact on them, especially on that young talent. So yeah, guys, if you see any problems with the stream, let me know. I think so far things are looking pretty good, and of course, hit the red subscribe button for the new folks out there, and hit the thumbs up because that helps others like yourselves discover this channel. So this game actually starts probably around 4:40 or so, 4:45, but we're doing a little pre-game, I suppose. I got the TNT feed going on here, and yeah, as I mentioned, we have a couple things to look forward to around intermission. So yeah, we got 6 people here in the chat, or at least that's what I see so far. So thank you guys for joining. It's wonderful to have you here. Hey, what's up, CJ? Thank you for tuning in here. And cute pics of your dog, by the way. Yeah, Caulfield's been popping off. Give me some numbers here. Again, I haven't been really able to tune in so much. Hey, Dano, what's happening? And Sean, Mo for Calder. Yeah, that's right, man. I think that he is certainly making a case as a front runner, and hopefully, his trajectory is only going up from there because he's got great fundamentals as defenseman, like as an actual defenseman, for sure. The Rangers lost to the Penguins. Well, Igor can't do it all himself, as you know. You're not going to watch this game because of those jerseys. Both of them? Now, Nick, as you can see on the schedule here, second intermission, I'll be ranking the jersey history for both of these teams. I've never been a huge fan of these jersey histories in general, so we're going to have some dubious picks for sure. But you know what, Nashville, the overall uniform I'm okay with. Like, the color blocking seems overall solid. The jersey itself, by itself, is not that great. But Tampa, I strangely actually kind of like these jerseys. I kind of wish I could get one. And I'm just checking out the sweaters on the sideline here. But yeah, this will be a fun game to watch in Music City. Thank you, Sean. It is awesome to be on here. And I like how I've kind of set this up so that I could give you guys a little intermission entertainment as well. Oh, I like what's up with Riley here. So he's predicting a 3-2 game, guys. Why don't you let me know your game prediction in the chat here? Okay. Well, good to have you here nonetheless, Mr. Sachs. It was a goaltending duel today. Hey, I mean, with the way that those two have been playing, I'm sure that it was just par for the course for them. I like Vasi's pads. Have you guys seen those? Those are sick. What a perfect continuity from the jersey to the pads. I like that. Nashville. Apparently, Tampa has like 20,000 of their fans. Like, they were able to sell that many tickets for them. Which, that's a heck of a draw, really. It looks good out there. Apparently, it's 35 degrees, so that's, it's cold, but it's not like the Winter Classic, that's for sure. Return of the Mac. Welcome back. Bolts 2 for the Preds. I hope that I hope we get a Nashville victory. This is actually interesting. This is probably the only time I'm going to be able to say this, where you have an outdoor game and the two teams. I've actually seen those teams in their own arenas. So I've been to a game at Bridgestone Arena, and I've been to one at Amalie Arena in Tampa. Good atmospheres, absolutely, and Nashville really gets high marks for the location of that arena. It's like right next to Broadway, so if you want to have a night on the town after the Preds game, yeah, I don't think any other city can rival that in terms of that location. Tampa's location isn't bad either. You can walk from the city center. It's only like maybe 10 or 15 minutes to Amalie Arena, and that's pretty much right on the water too. But then again, everything in Tampa is just basically on the water. 4-2 Bolts. All right. I'm going to have to give a Preds, I'll have to predict a Preds victory here. I'll say this is going to be lower scoring than what we saw in the Winter Classic. I think that we can all pretty safely assume that. It's not going to be 7-5 or whatever. Oh, yeah, you're fine. So Salty has joined the chat. Welcome. How about that Avs comeback yesterday? Jets Twitter was entertaining, to say the least. So yeah, I'll say the Preds take this one. You know what? I don't know. I'll say 3-1. I've been to a stadium series where the score I think was 3-1 between the Kings, who won, and the Sharks. That was a boring game. Hopefully, it's not a boring game though. A goaltending duel, I will most definitely accept. 4-3 Preds. Okay. See a 4-3 game. I would be in favor of that too. Or a 5-4. 5-2 Tampa. Fun hearing the "you suck" chants. Yeah, man, that's a real thing. Like so it's not just when a goal's occurred. Even during the pregame, when the public announcer is disclosing the lineup for the visiting team. And yeah, so anytime they say a name, then all of the fans who are in attendance at that moment, because it's before the actual puck is dropped, then they all say, so it's like, number 77, Victor Hedman, and everybody just yells, "Sucks!" But it's a party there, man. It's real fun. Have I heard any jersey rumors? I mean, everything that's been on Post to Post, I've pretty much tuned into, so we already kind of know what the basis is for like a third or half of those reverse retro jerseys. So, I mean, I'm excited that it's coming back. I got to start saving up for that already. So, hopefully, like they can't goof up the Fisherman. They can't goof up the Robo Penguin, right? Pardon. Don't think about it too much. If you want to put a twist on it, I'm all in favor of it, right? If you want to do like the Robo Penguin and change up the color scheme so that it's like blue or like that two-tone blue. We've seen concepts out there before. Then yeah, I'm all in favor of that for sure. You're gonna go to a Solar Bears game? That sucks that Avery already got released. But yeah, man, I've been to one too. I'll say, check it out if it doesn't get in the way of your other plans. On the classic jerseys coming out. You mean like the? Are you talking about like the Penguins one and the Seals one? Those are the only ones that I know of. I think. I mean, they look fine. I'm not like overly impressed by them per se, but if it gives people a chance to collect jerseys that are not being sold anymore, like we had the CCM vintage ones, I mean, I have a few of them right here, right? Those vintage ones are out of production. So if they want to reissue jerseys like that, then I'm all in favor of it, absolutely. There will be reverse retros. Yes, Sean. Next season, every team gets one. 2009 Winter Classic, cream with a black stripe. I could get on board with that, most definitely. Really like the way the numbers looked on that Winter Classic jersey. So yeah, of course, as I mentioned earlier, this game doesn't start. It says 4:30, right, online, but it'll probably be another half hour or so. So we'll be chilling out for a little while, and then of course the game will start and reacting to what's going on with that, and then get into our intermission and entertainment. Yeah, I know, right? That's so crazy how the Bears were like, all right, everybody pre-order your Sean Avery jersey. And then what happens, like 2 days later, he gets released. Thank you, Trevor. A man who needs no introduction. I mean, I'm surprised that it's actually this cold in Nashville for this time of year. I thought it would be maybe like 50 or something like that if they were going to do it this late in the year. But they got a good day for this because the ice conditions, it's cloudy out there, so there aren't any problems with the ice. And yeah, but it's not like, minus 12 or whatever the Winter Classic was. I'll be a monkey's uncle if the Red Wings ever actually wear black. Adidas used the CCM / Reebok like collars on the classic jerseys. That's right, they did. That's why they look different. I hadn't really paid attention to that. Avalanche will do Nordiques. Yeah, that was interesting because Neil on Post to Post was saying that one source of his was saying that it would be Rockies themed, I think, and then one said that it would be Nordiques themed. I just don't want the two of those mashed up together. That could be catastrophic. Never ever interfere with the Nordiques design. That is a faux pas. A cardinal sin, even. You want to go to a WHL game, but your team sucks? They can't be that much worse than my team, the Spokane Chiefs. Wait, did we win our last game? I think we did, though. Pardon. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a... that's a quite a climate difference. It's been weird here, too. I mean, I think that's pretty par for the course these days, though. Actually, Evan, Nashville's on Central Time. So I think like Eastern Tennessee, though, is on Eastern Time. But yeah, Memphis and Nashville are on Central Time. So that means that every team in the Eastern Conference is in the Eastern Time Zone. And then everybody in the Western Conference is either Central, Mountain, or Pacific. Hey, it's Map Man. Howdy. Welcome. The 2014 Winter Classic. Why am I blanking on that one? Oh, the Red Wings. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe the 2009 Winter Classic. I think that might make sense, just given the overall history of the franchise. But I mean, if they wanted to bring back the 2014 and reissue that in white, that'd be terrific. Or like a cream color with like red stripes and that lovely font. That'd be sick. Mine's 10 2 days ago. Oh my goodness. But it'll be 50 by Wednesday? Whoa, that's weird. So here, it's like today, what's today? Today's like 43 or something like that. But 2 days ago, it was like 22. I don't know. Michigan isn't Central Time? At least not Detroit. I think all of Michigan is Eastern Time. I don't know what the Upper Peninsula is, but anyway. I'm not a Michigander. We do have a Michigander in the chat, though, or at least one of them. Yeah, all of Michigan is Eastern. Okay. Oh, the Medicine Hat Tigers. Okay. I mean, I know how it feels, though. I mean, I've only gone to like 2 Chiefs games. Minus 20 has been warm. Where the heck? Oh, yeah, because where Where are you, Mappy? Are you like in North Dakota, right? 15 in St. Louis yesterday. Wow, some really interesting temps. It snowed right after a day with 60 degrees. Yeah, that is fairly unusual. Anyway, we've got 12 people here. Awesome. If anybody here is new, of course, hit that red subscribe button and stay tuned for hopefully more live streams like this, especially as we get to the playoffs. Like, I know I haven't said, or I've said that I'm not sure if I'll stream during the playoffs, but I know it's a good idea to do so. Well, Isaiah, I think everybody's losing to the Winnipeg Ice, right? We traded our best player to them, I think. Oh, you're also Minnesota. Okay, got it. So the game starts. It says 4:30 on like online, but you know they usually start closer, like 4:40 or 4:45. So we got a little time. Oh, excuse me. I think the health of the stream has been pretty good as well, too. Anyway, actually, you know what, guys? Let's take a look at the standings. So, let's see here. I get to do my little tech bit here. All right, how does that work? We got some scores. We got standings. That stuff should pull up in just a moment here. Let's see. Might be on a bit of a delay just because of the nature of live streaming. Huh. I'm just looking on my screen here. Okay. So earlier we had the Edmonton Oilers over the Florida Panthers. Florida's hitting a bit of a skid recently. And it's not because they're not scoring goals. It's because they're just allowing a ton of goals. The Oilers, man, they can be really streaky, though. They could look amazing out there. They could look like the class of the division. And they can actually look like, a bubble playoff team at best. How is Cortana doing? Well, Jean. Let's have her answer that herself. Come here, girl. Here we go. Oh no, wait. Come around this way. No, come here. Come around this way. We need a doggy appearance here. Whoa. Here we go. I don't know if we can get her up here. Here we go. Can you come up? Can you come up? Here, up. Here. Come here. No, kiss. Just a sec. Kisses. Oh, wait. Do we have her? Come here. Here, we'll do a little Cortana cam, all right? There she is. Let's see. Yeah? Is that working? Anyway, hey girl. No, she doesn't care. She just wants the goodies. Okay. Thank you for understanding. All right. But yeah, Cortana's doing good. She turned 8 years old last month. Yeah, okay. I can see the camera pulled her up. Okay. Oh. You are too kind, CJ. Anyway, so yeah, the Oilers, as I mentioned earlier, they can at times look like the class of the division. At other times, they can look like a team that's not they haven't even figured out whether they'll be a buyer or a seller at the trade deadline. Flyers beat the Capitals. Man, the Capitals, for the majority of this season now, it's like they've been sputtering. They're struggling to score goals too. Their power play this year has been terrible. It'll be interesting to see what they do at the deadline because I thought that it would be interesting if they were to pursue somebody like Phil Kessel. Can you imagine him in Washington? The Wild have a 3-game losing streak as well. Yeah, but they've been in those games, right? It's not like they're getting blown out. Okay, so today was 1-0 between the Penguins and the Rangers. That lone goal coming from... Oh, it won't tell me. Oh, Yevgeny Malkin, okay. The lone tally in the third period. So the Penguins kind of keep pace for second place in that division. You're welcome, John. All right, so that's all we have right now for current scores, I think. Let's check the homepage. Looks like the Senators and the Canadiens in a game that probably nobody will be watching except for maybe Isaiah. Yeah, that's all we have there. We can take a peek at the standings in the meantime, though. Alrighty. So let's look at that points percentage. So first place in the Metro, and I think first place in the NHL, or the first place in the Eastern Conference, I should say, is going to the Carolina Hurricanes. And so they still have a fairly comfortable cushion against the New York Rangers, who are in second. And Pittsburgh's still not far behind. They're right neck and neck with the Rangers. But then you look at that, guys. Look at fourth place, right? The Capitals. That gap between them and the Blue Jackets is not anywhere near where it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago even. So those Jackets, man, don't count them out just yet. It's just crazy because every time we think Columbus is going to suck, they are in the playoff conversation at least, right? Pardon. Take a look at the Atlantic Division. So Tampa, I sort this by points percentage because I think that's a better indicator. But, Florida is right behind Tampa at the moment. But the Bolts, man, it doesn't matter, that they won 2 Stanley Cups. They're not experiencing much of a hangover there. And they could probably turn it on more if they wanted to. So, yeah, you like the Stadium Series jersey? I kind of like it too. I love the numbers. I think that's what does it for me. Toronto, they are in third, but they're still not that far behind Florida. And then you got Boston, very comfortably. Boston is the first wild card now, if you look at points percentage. So Boston could actually have to play. No, actually, if the playoffs started today, like here's the way that I see it, right? If you did this by points percentage, okay. So first round in the Metropolitan Division would be between the Hurricanes, and they would play the second wild card, which is Washington. I think Carolina would win that pretty easily, frankly. Rangers, especially since Washington has a crappy power play, and the Hurricanes have the best penalty kill. All right, and then you'd have Rangers Penguins, which would certainly be a slugfest, or as we saw today, probably a goaltending duel. And then in the Atlantic, you'd have Tampa and Boston. And then you'd have Florida, Toronto, which is amazing because somebody finally wins a playoff series. So that's kind of a, at the end of the day, we get something that we want as fans, but it sucks if one of them has to, get kicked out that early. But I'd rather it be the Leafs. Anyway, let's take a look at the West. So Colorado is on track to win the President's Trophy, so they won't win the Stanley Cup this year. All right, so Colorado's in first. St. Louis is second, just barely ahead of Minnesota. But as I think as Matt Mann had mentioned earlier, the Wild have been a little bit sliding recently, not terribly. And then Nashville's hanging on to that first wild card, but as we've seen recently with Dallas, they've been kind of coming on strongly. And then in the Pacific, that is Calgary. That's becoming Calgary's division to lose, man. I was so wrong about Calgary. I had them. I almost picked them to finish like 7th in that division. But Daryl Sutter has done an outstanding job, and I think it helps when you have somebody like Johnny Gaudreau in a contract year, right? You're going to get more out of them than you have the past couple of years. So certainly need to curse you, Stan Bowman. You certainly have to tip the cap to a number of players there, Markstrom as well. So LA, wow, LA's ahead of Vegas. I thought we'd be talking about that 2 years from now. It seems like 2 years too soon. I just watched highlights last night of their game against the Ducks. They just dominated them, and Quentin Byfield had one hell of an assist. So that's probably the first time, or the first of many times that we'll say that about him. Vegas is in third, man. That's so weird to think. I don't know, man. I know the sneaky buggers. You know that they're going to do something. They're going to pull an ace out of their sleeve, essentially. Wait till the playoffs. Hashtag cap is a myth, right? And then you have Edmonton in the first wild card pretty comfortably over Anaheim. So actually, Edmonton's not that far behind Vegas after the win today. But, don't count out Vancouver. They've played really well since the pause, I would say, or at least since the, since the pause, they've been looking pretty good too. One of the better teams defensively in the NHL since then too. Anyway, we are at 4:25, so game will probably start in about 15 minutes from now. Oh my goodness, what am I watching here? They got some performers. Alright, I don't know. I can't concentrate and talk and listen to that at the same time, I don't think. So here's one for you guys, all right? For Isaiah, for Nick, for myself, right? Which team, since your team is probably out of the playoff race, or for anybody whose team is out of the playoff race, who are you going to be cheering for the rest of the way? I want to know. And Cortana here is just begging for the good stuff. Don't worry, girl. Anytime there's a goal, she'll get her goal goodies, okay? I need a platform here so that I can have my dog joining me side by side. That would be just wonderful, would it not? No, girl. God. I spoiled this one too much. It's because she's a good girl, though. Aren't you? Let's take a look at statistics. Everybody loves statistics. Still the Blackhawks. What percentage of hockey would they have to play the rest of the way? What would their points percentage have to be to qualify for the playoffs the rest of the way? 760? Your second favorite team is Edmonton. Okay. Fair point. She's hoping for a football score? Oh. Well, shoot, I should have done this during the Winter Classic. At least she would be, she would have had many to gobble down. With our history, you guys lose in the first round? Oh, you really? You would actually cheer for Colorado? That's interesting because DNVR, I don't know if you guys have heard of that YouTube channel / website. So DNVR is, Denver sports. It's Colorado. They asked on Twitter yesterday, who is the biggest rival to the Avalanche? And they had a choice between 4 teams. And still, after all these years, you had some people still saying the Red Wings were the most hated team by Avalanche fans. But for the most part, actually, I would say that, or the majority of the vote, or the plurality, was actually the Minnesota Wild. And I know these teams have had a rivalry before, but it's never been a nasty playoff rivalry so much, right? So, I find that rather interesting. Welcome to the stream there. I'm sorry, I'm going to be butchering this. Cyrelix? I don't know. Well, anyway, welcome to the stream, good sir. And hi, dog. My dog is just. Could you maybe just downsize yourself and fit in my lap? That way, you could be like Mr. Bigglesworth. Anyway, Hartford. Oh, Jumbo and the Panthers. Okay, yeah. Same here. Obviously, that's who I'm going to be rooting for. Going to watch the joke. Oh, you're going to watch them through thick and thin. Well, that doesn't surprise me. You're still doing game recaps every game, aren't you? That is remarkable. I could not do that for the Sharks, unless I actually was paid my salary to do that. Then maybe I could do it. I would just be like, "What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? We had 46 points before this game. We have 46 now." Let's go to Twitter for the questions. Wait, what? Why was Dan timed out? I'm sorry about that. I don't know how the heck that happened. Oh. It's caps. I'm sorry, Dan. I did not mean to do that, dude. Maybe I need to set... No. No. Oh, Gravity. Hey, guys, let's get some hype in the chat for our man Nathan, aka Sportsnet's finest, Mr. Nathan. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Go Bolts. You're still on the Bolts train, huh? StreamYard. Oh, okay. I haven't really given much thought about that, honestly. It's wonderful to have a legend in the chat. Well, I mean, in addition to you guys, of course. Pardon. Could you not? Actually, can you guys give me like 6 seconds? I just need to grab some tissues. I don't know why. It's not even that cold in here. Just a minute. All right. There we go. Oh, Danelle, what's going on? All right, CJ, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully work isn't too hectic. And watch your hand out there, man. All right. All right. How are we doing on time here, by the way, folks? 4:30. Okay. So pretty soon we're gonna get underway here. By the way, on the TNT, you guys watching this? Look at that hat that Biz is wearing. That is like the quintessential sort of accessory to wear when you're in the Music City. All right. So yeah, maybe about 10 games until we get to puck drop. Oh, by the way, let me change up my background here. Back to the... whoop, there we go. Now it's a little bit more thematic here. The Stars. Oh. Yeah, I've never really heard about much of a rivalry between the Stars and the Wild. You would think that maybe there would be something there like that. But then again, there really isn't for like other sports. Not so much. Yeah, Danelle, I would like to see Nashville win. You know, the host team, and they need this win more. You know, if I were a Stars fan, sorry, Nathan, then if I were a Stars fan, I would want Tampa to win, obviously because of the standings, right? Dallas is trying to overthrow Nashville, or maybe Dallas is trying to get the second wild card. But yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason why not to support the home team for this game, even though I got my Tampa hat here. I have worn both of these articles for games in those teams' respective arenas. So I got this hat 4 years ago when I went to Tampa, and it was crazy because I didn't even think I was going to be in Florida, but this opportunity came up for me to go to Orlando. Then I took a bus to Tampa and went to a game there. And then when we got here, this Preds jersey, I actually bought this ahead of time for less money, obviously. And then I went to Bridgestone Arena. That was the same. Was that the same calendar year? Yeah, it was actually 2018. Heritage Classic jerseys for the Sabres and Leafs. Okay, so the Sabres, I think that one is too much of a retread from what the current away jersey is and what they've worn in the Winter Classic before. It's not a bad looking jersey by any means, but it's kind of uninspiring. I don't know. It's kind of playing it too safe in my opinion. Not that it's a bad design or anything. As for Toronto, I strangely kind of like it, actually. And I know why everyone doesn't like it, and that's fine. And I know that they missed an opportunity to, like, I don't see why they didn't put, like, white on the cuffs of the sleeves. But I still kind of strangely like it. I don't know why. I'm not going to buy it. I don't like it that much. But I don't know. There's something about it that it's underwhelming, but I almost am, like, embracing that. Wow. That's what TikTok will do, huh? Well, I missed the boat. I was born in the 80s. It's awesome to have Nathan here. Hope your gig with Sportsnet's going great, man. That's the dream. That's awesome, or at least that's the best stepping stone that you'll ever have, probably. And like I mean it. That's one heck of an opportunity. Oh, BA, you're actually at the game? Sick. Right on, man. That's right. I vaguely remember you and Nashville. That's cool, man. Well, I ain't gonna distract you. Nashville's cool, man. I want to go back there. People are really friendly, and it's just a party, man. It's a great city, at least to visit. I don't know about living in, but certainly to visit. Yeah, I think I did see those Donnell. That was just like a few days ago, right? There you go. Awesome, man. Hey, I hope you don't have to pay $20 for beer there. And hopefully the fanfare. I hope that it's more exciting. You know, BA. I hope that it's a lot more exciting than when the Sharks had the Stadium Series. I was at that game. God, that was already 7 years ago. That was a boring game, dude. And it's so weird. I mean, like, I know Nick here, Windy City Hockey. You've been to an outdoor game before too. It's just not as fun. Like, there's a huge difference between seeing a game in an NHL arena or even smaller versus seeing one outside. Like, being so far away from the action, it's kind of a turnoff. I don't know. My seats for the Stadium Series, I had good seats, but not good seats for an outdoor hockey game. I don't know how to describe. Lot of tickety talk hockey creators. Well, it was interesting because I ran that survey a few months ago, and I said, "Well, guys, like, what should I do? Like, expanding, what I do, right? I'm on here to make videos first and foremost, right?" And people were like, "Yeah, like, do more on Instagram." And I'm like, "Okay," but then like not that many people said TikTok. But then again, maybe I just haven't tapped into that audience so much. Yeah, so I went to Nashville in November of 2018, and it wasn't super packed with tourists, that's for sure. That's kind of a weird time to be visiting, but I mean, yeah, food's good, people are cool. I went to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Really cool. I don't even listen to country, but it's not just about like, Garth Brooks and Faith Hill. There's so much more to it, right? So I recommend that for sure. And then like you can also get shuttled out to this really small town. It's called Lynchburg. Not even, I think 600 people live there. And that's where Jack Daniels is headquarters. And yeah, it's actually a really cool tour. Oh, you went to the 2017 Winter Classic as well. You got me beat 2-1. I haven't been to a Winter Classic yet. Would like to go at some point, obviously, but all right. So they got Kenny and Olczyk here, so that means that this game is just a few minutes away. Victor Hedman, 11 goals, 39 assists. Roman Josi, 14 goals, 39 assists. It's going to be pretty crowded in terms of determining who those Norris Trophy finalists are, right, guys? And then obviously jockeying for that position, you're going to have Makar. You should have, I would think Fox is going to get in the conversation. Doughty, don't be surprised if he gets in the conversation as well. He's had a terrific year too. Well, thank you guys so much for joining here. It's going to happen. We're getting to the puck drop. And then, of course, as you guys see on the left side of the screen here, we have some intermission ideas or intermission sort of entertainment to keep our time moving here. Yossi versus Hedman. Yeah, those guys are still pretty much in the prime of their career. Amazing, man. Like now we're talking about the best defensemen, and I know like Makar and Fox, right? Those are the best like North American defensemen, you could argue, but like two of the best on the blue line, right? One is Swedish and one is from Switzerland. It was crazy, looking at the rookie leaders in scoring, right? Raymond is Swedish, and Lundell is Finnish, and you look at, I think is Bunting American? Well, anyway, I was looking at the top 5 in scoring there, and they were all from different countries. Oh yes, my thoughts. Okay, so the teams are ready to come out of their locker rooms. Here we go. Now we're getting ready. Do I like the Stadium Series jerseys? I mentioned this like at the very beginning of the stream, so that's totally fine. Bettman and Rene opened the doors. What the heck am I seeing? Oh. I don't know any country singers, by the way. So, like, seeing some random guy in a cowboy hat. Dustin Lynch, I don't know who he is. Alright, well, anyway. So, I was going to say, so the Predators Stadium Series, like, uniform overall is fine, I think. Like, the jersey by itself, I'm not a fan of. I don't really know too many people who like that one. Whereas with Tampa, like, I actually kind of like it. Because my expectations for Tampa are so freaking low that they actually exceeded them just a little bit. So I'm actually good with that. Love the numbers on those. Those are awesome. I really haven't been collecting jerseys really recently. Although I have like 2 unboxing videos to put out within the next 6 weeks or so. But yeah, I am happy with how that one turned out versus how disastrous it could have been, I think. I mean, God, they've already given us the Bolts jersey twice, so they couldn't really make it any worse, and they actually added some character to it, so that's kind of how I see it. Or you might like both jerseys, and that's even better. But yeah. Okay, so wait, why are they doing this performance before the game starts? Maybe that's not pre-recorded, is it? Probably not. Anyway. Well, they got like pyrotechnics for a country performer. Is that normal? Maybe it is in Nashville. Along with Nashville hot chicken, where it's basically fried chicken with a bunch of cayenne pepper dusted on it. That'll burn your tongue. That's pretty good. Yeah. All right, so now, okay, the Lightning are coming out. Vasilevsky wearing those sick-looking pads, man. Those are great. Tampa's uniforms are pretty solid for this. The jerseys look better in person. Yeah. I think most jerseys do look better in person, I would think. Oh, wait, Nashville has yellow helmets for this? Oh, wait, why should I be surprised about that? Yeah, right. Corey Perry has to take the walk of shame again. You know that somewhere in a sports book, somebody took that bet. They said, all right, I'm going to put $20 down that Corey Perry has to walk back to his locker room before the end of the period. Corey Perry's looked really good in Tampa. I'm a huge fan of, pitting him with like Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, who's, another grizzled veteran, but just his defensive skill set is pretty strong for a depth player. And then they have Pat Maroon. I think they have Maroon out there with him as well, which Maroon's kind of like the, I don't know. I almost want to say like the Roethlisberger of hockey, but he except not. But anyway. All right. So it looks like they're going to get to the anthem. Looks like they got a big old flag that they're going to roll out. Oh, I got to remove my cap. For some reason, you can't say, I hope someone drills Corey Perry, because it'll get held for review, but that's totally fine. I don't care about that. There we go. That's fine. Now you want the Nashville jersey now? Yeah, it doesn't look bad on TV like with the rest of the uniform. Maybe a Tanner Jeannot? I haven't seen the rookie scoring recently. Is he ahead of Bunting? All right. All right, just a moment, guys. The puck's about to drop. Just gotta get through the anthem. Of course, you guys know that I'm streaming the actual game, so it's gonna be a delay for me because I don't have cable or anything like that. Yeah, the Winter Classic was fun to watch just because we had so many goals there. Really a coming out party for Jordan Kyrou. But I don't exactly expect that for this one with the strong goaltending that we have here between Saros and Vasilevsky. But yeah, what do you guys think? I know that some people already posted their score prediction in the chat. You guys let me know. What do you think this one is? 3-1 Predators. I'm going to go off on a bit of a limb and select that. All right. Getting ready for the puck drop. Right, girl? The checkerboard jersey for the reverse retro. Right? Yeah. That jersey is so hard to find. All right. Here we go. We're going to drop the puck, but they, of course, have decided to have a commercial break. The Wings are already down 2-0. Oh, no. You stopped watching the Classic after the second? Huh. I mean, I just figured we'd have more goals, so. 3-2 Preds? All right. I mean, that's a very possible outcome. All right, here we go, girl. Can you come up here? Here, kiss. Oh wait, oh no, you gotta give me an actual kiss, girl. Come here. Ah. Never mind. Here. I'll show my dog one more time. Dog, treat. Good girl. High five. Good girl. All right, there we go. All right. Anyway, 4-3 Preds, lock it in. That'd be sick. Actually 5-4? Yeah, 4-3 or 5-4. That'd be awesome. Would love to, who knows, maybe even see this go to overtime. But for like an outdoor game, they should make overtime like 3-on-3 still, but make it 10 minutes, It shouldn't have to go to a shootout. Don't you think, guys? Winning in the tank? I don't know, man. You have to de-leapfrog a few other teams, don't you? Man, if the Red Wings won the draft lottery, I think we should just give them 2 Stanley Cups, just by default. Think about that, man. I don't know how Edvinson's doing this year, but obviously there's a lot of buzz around him. Oh, Bunting just scored? Oh, good for him. I thought maybe the Leafs or the Coyotes could have gotten a little bit more for him. All right. Are we going to drop the damn puck? I think we're about to do it. It's happening. Here we go. Now, don't expect a play-by-play, though. I can't do that at all. I'm not John from Off the Wall Hockey, and I'm not Gravity, who joined us earlier, and that is fantastic. Oh, excuse me. They got to do the ceremonial puck drop. We got Pecorine out there. It was interesting, guys, because I ran a poll on Twitter, and I asked who is the greatest Finnish-born goaltender of all time. And so we had Pekka Rinne, and we had, of course, Tuukka Rask and Mika Kiprusoff. And I think I also threw one other guy in there too. I might have thrown in Nicholas Backstrom, who was a goaltender for the Wild about 15 years ago or so. And I mean, like, I knew he wasn't going to get votes, but he still had a really good career, at least statistically. Here's Pekka dropping the puck. That's so cool that they already retired his number 2. See, I wish that, like, my Sharks, I wish that we had done that already with one player. Like, if Yevgeny Nabokov should have had his number retired as soon as he retired from the NHL. So I really appreciate how Nashville just, once Pekka retired and hung him up, they said, all right, well, you're kind of helping us out because you're letting Yusei have the spotlight now for good. And then they probably were like, all right, now we'll just retire your number. How does that sound? It's classy. I like it. Hopefully Cortana is speaking the Rangers Cup into existence here. The Seattle one does not look particularly good, but do take into account, Evan, that usually between us we get one team right. So like last year, I didn't have Tampa go into the final, but I had Montreal go into the final, and that's in the preseason. So I got that right. When the Blues won the Stanley Cup in 2019, I picked them before the season started, and I got them right. But the team I had them beating was Columbus, although Columbus lost to Boston. And it's funny because I almost picked Boston to play against the Blues, and then I said, no, it couldn't be that matchup. That sounds too generic. So anyway, between Cortana and myself, we know how to pick them. We're not bad. All right, here we go. Drop the puck. Let's roll. Yeah, they got all the best players out there: Forsberg, Kucherov, Hedman, Point, Grenland. Yeah, this looks good on TV. Anyway, so yeah, I can't really exactly do a play-by-play here, but I will certainly be commenting on goals and hits and stuff like that. And having the headphones on will help me too, in terms of like cluing me in. Yeah. Vegas, Toronto in the final. I mean, I'm not going to be picking the Leafs to do anything. I won't believe in them until they've won a round. Vegas could. I think that they are, right now they're figuring things out with Eichel in the lineup. And I mean, like, I saw him against the Sharks and he looked very good. Not like amazing, but he looked really good then. But yeah, once they get Stone back, man, that should be lethal. The Islanders prediction I made is not looking hot. Yeah, I know. I had Islanders over Jets. How awful. Ugh. Calgary's going to win the cup. I'd be happy to see a Canadian team win it this year, but yeah. I would trust Calgary over Edmonton in the playoffs. If we had the battle for Alberta, even if Calgary was a wild card, I would still pick them over. Actually, you know what? If Calgary was a wild card against the Oilers, Calgary would win that like 9 times out of 10 with Daryl Sutter as their coach. Yeah, it looks like, someone is down. Johansson, is that who fell? Oh, Chernak. Okay. One of the better Slovak defensemen. And speaking of Slovak defensemen, we should certainly tip our caps to Zdeno Chara for breaking the all-time games played record by a defenseman with his, 1652nd game or something like that. And he fought. Did you guys see those highlights? All right, let's look at that hit again. Johansson's hit on Chernak. Yeah, he clipped him in the chin or something, and he kind of left his feet a little bit. Yeah. They could call charging on that if they wanted to. But it's not like he got, he didn't get that much, he didn't make that much contact with him. Oh, they're calling a 5-minute major already? Oh my goodness. Let's look at this hit one more time. I'm trying to figure out if this is like a legit charging. I mean, they could still call it 5 minutes for a check to the head, couldn't they? Yeah, that's clean contact with the head. Raymond scored. I like Nashville's helmets too, with the little stars on the side. Very Dragon Ball Z looking. Alright, well anyway, you guys know that I'm on a delay, right? So they think that it's going to be a major. Well, he's sitting in the box right now. Let's see. Oh, it's just a minor penalty for a illegal hit to the head. He got off a little bit there. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, that this early into the game, we can still. It would just be a little disappointing if he was given a major for that, but anyway, Tampa's on the power play. All right, here we go. Let's see what these guys do here. Oh, Nashville might get an early clear. Yep. Tampa with that lethal power play, of course. Like, God, they can just stack that so crazy with, you know, Point, Stammer, Cooch, Hedman, Killorn. Yeah, that's exactly what they're running with. They got Killorn down low. Cooch, oh, I thought he had a chance to shoot it there. Oh, big snipe from Stammer. Looks like that got blocked. Think that should have been 5? I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm wishy-washy. I've never played hockey before, so it's like, how definitive are my opinions, right? But I don't know. It didn't seem that bad, but anyway, it's going to take more than that, apparently. If you get away with it in NHL 22, it must be illegal. Wow, it got really dark in my room all of a sudden. I might need to turn the light back on. Nashville, they get the clear there. Minute 09 left in the power play. And yeah, you know, Tampa hasn't had a whole lot in the way of opportunities just yet. Good clear from Granlund. You know, Tampa's power play hasn't been clicking that strongly this year. But, you know, they've had injuries. You know, of course, obviously, Kucherov has been out for quite a bit. Hold on a second, well, guys, I'm gonna actually, Nashville had a short-handed chance for a moment there. I'm gonna flip the light on 1 sec. All right, try this. There we go. That's better. All right, that should do for the time being. So he left his feet and was clear contact of the head. Yeah, I mean, like, was his right skate fully off the ground though when he hit him? I mean, maybe it was, you know. All right, so Tampa's power play is winding down here, or at least for me it is. All right, here's Corey Perry on the power play. Oh, chance in front. Good save by Yusei. All right, well, the Preds have kind of dodged a bullet, considering that was only called 2 minutes, and they had a nice, clean penalty kill for the most part. Here's a chance. Oh, glove save, Vasi. Interesting, you know, the success that Nashville has had has largely been attributed to guys who had been underperforming the past couple of years. But, how much have they gotten out of Duchesne and Johansson recently? Recently, I'm talking. I think Forsberg's been scoring quite a bit still. Jeannot's been a shot in the arm, obviously. And Yossi's, at times, he's carrying the team in all three zones. Yeah, I gotta say, I like Nashville's uniforms overall. For this game, it's pretty aesthetically pleasing. The jersey itself, though, we already know are my feelings toward that. Okay, about 4.5 minutes gone here. Huh. Oh, chance in front for Nashville. On the doorstep, and now Tampa's going to break out. Here comes Anthony Cirelli, a guy who never gets credited to the extent that he should. Oh, Yusei scrambling outside the crease. Yep, that's how Corey Perry has been playing the game for 15, 17 years or whatever it is. Oh, there we go. Four-year anniversary. Oh, the McDonough-Miller trade. So what went the other way? Right? Because McDonough went to Tampa. Why am I blanking on this? Did Miller also go to Tampa? He did, yeah. And speaking of 4-year anniversaries, actually on Monday, it'll be the 4-year anniversary since I uploaded my first video on here. Monday? Yeah, Monday. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video on that. Or I will make a video somewhat about that. Next year will be more of a hoopla because it'll be 5 years. Wow. My webcam lighting is so bad. The one thing that I don't really like about the outdoor games is the way that the camera is positioned because, it's further back, I would think, right? You don't really feel the speed of the game as much when you're watching an outdoor game on TV. Or when you're watching an outdoor game, period. That's the one thing that the indoor arena has, the upper hand on, I would think. Away Adidas jerseys are rare and hard to find. I haven't shopped for an away jersey in a while, but I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of teams that you can't buy their away jersey, period. At least not, for Adidas, right? Because, yeah, like, plenty of teams. Where can I buy a Kings away jersey except for from the Kings team store or something like that? But yeah, I've been kind of out of the jersey market recently, and probably that's for a good thing, for a good cause, since I need to save up for reverse retros next year. Not to mention, man, I'm trying to save up to, for example, I think I want to get a better PC or I'm gonna get a PC, probably like a desktop, because then that way I can I can shoot and edit in 4K. So it's I gotta save up for that. Gotta save up for an actual good 4K camera. My GoPro does shoot in 4K. It's just that my computer, my MacBook, it can't edit in 4K. It's not strong enough. So there's that. There are other kind of accessories and production related items that I have to kind of prioritize before buying jerseys again, probably. Although, guys, I heard that Sport Buff Buzz, I'm going to put this in the chat, by the way. Sport Buff Buzz. That's the old Ice jerseys. If you head over to Sport Buff Buzz, just Google that, and they have a great Adidas jersey sale, I've been told, by one of our subscribers, by the way. So you might want to check that out if you're looking for discounts on jerseys. They're all legit, of course. It's the old Ice jerseys or the new icejerseys.com. So I would recommend checking that out. Pecorino rocking the motorcycle jacket. Yeah, reverse retro series 2. Yeah, I mean, if we know that we're gonna get the Fisherman and the Robo Penguin, I should be mostly pretty excited for the series. Now, granted, there are plenty of jerseys. I only bought 6 jerseys, right? Only, right? So there are gonna be plenty, I'm sure, that I won't want to buy, and there will be ones that I would like to get that I just don't get around to. So, I'm sorry, Evan. I didn't look at your message earlier about the McDonough for Miller trade. So the Rangers received Vlad Nemesnikov, who, yeah, he didn't look that great over there. Brett Howard in a first-round pick. Nils Lundqvist, who obviously is still pretty young, yeah. And Carl Henriksson, which is the most generic Swedish name. They were showing the crowd with a minute to go on ESPN. Really, I know that a fair amount of people have had complaints about the ESPN sort of broadcasts. I don't know. I think for the most part they've been the broadcasts. I mean, first of all, I really like Buccigross as a play-by-play guy. He's so exciting to listen to. Obviously I was always entertained with him on ESPN. I didn't know he would be so. Just his demeanor and enthusiasm. It's so counter to, I'm not saying that Kenny Albert, for example, is a bad broadcaster. I think he's fine. Doc Emmerich is a storyteller, right? But they're a different type of broadcaster than Buccigross is. Buccigross is, he's got more mustard on the hot dog, right? He has more character to his voice and commentary, right? He has his silly catchphrases and that sort of thing. And I think it works perfectly. So I definitely think that they hit the nail on the head with bringing him on board for that. Their post-game shows, I think, are decent as well. But yeah, the TNT crew, I really like what they have going on. I think they can build on that for sure too. So anyway, we've gone about 8 minutes here. Here's a chance, pulls in the trigger. Oh, and off the rebound, a score. Who's that? 84. I don't even know who 84 on Nashville is. Oh, it's Jeannot. 18th goal of the season. And the home team Predators are on top 1-0. Jeannot parking his big frame right in front of Vasilevsky. Wow, Nashville really assertive on this forecheck in a sense. And it was a rebound that was kicked out by Vasi. And Ruda was just not able to tie up Jeannot. There you go. Here, girl. Here. Here. Treat. Here. Gold treat. There you go, girl. Oops. Here you go. Whoop. Oh. We need to work on our catching skills. I don't know. I've heard a little bit of mixed opinions about the ESPN broadcasting. Again, I think it's been I think it's overall decent, or at least pretty good. But yeah, Buccigross carries it for sure. And Nashville, after that goal, skating with a lot of purpose out there. Here's Duchesne. Oh, good defense there by Point, or whoever that was. Cortana, come on. Come on. Here, why don't you come up here? I think we need my dog to come up here. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's a good girl. Okay, here she is. There we go. Hi, did you want to say hi to the viewers? Look up at the webcam. Hey, girl. We went on a walk today, didn't we? There she is. Oh, who's a good girl? All right. Oh, I just love you so much. Oh, there's a fight? Oh, hell yeah. Well, they're just doing a little do-si-do. Not really much in the way of fist flying here. Oh, got a hold of the jersey. Oh, Maroon just got tagged. And his helmet's off and his hair's in his face. I feel you, buddy. Yeah, not too many punches connecting now, but they're letting him go. All right, now they're... Oh, Maroon tried to get him in the back of the head, it looked like. I can appreciate that, though. I can appreciate that. Well, we got ourselves... we almost had a major penalty. We've had a goal in the first 10 minutes. And we've had a fight. Not bad. I can get on board with that. Isn't that crazy that Pat Maroon's won the last 3 Stanley Cups? He's going for 4. You know, not too many players these days can get 4. You can get 3. But that 4th one, right? Can it... I mean, I know we don't really have too many people tuning in right now, but can anybody name the last NHL player to win 4 Stanley Cups? Because I think I know who it is. All right, so we're at a commercial break about halfway through this first period. And, of course, just 1-0 right now. So, yeah, pretty good game so far. Pretty good game. Really interesting seeing Vasilevsky versus Saros, just given how much bigger Vasi is than you say. Florida Man? Wait, is Pat Maroon? Is he called Florida Man? That's funny. Yeah. All right. And of course, at first period, guys, we'll be playing some trivia. So you might want to get your laptop or something to write with. For that, we got 10 questions. Mostly about the Predators and the Lightning, but some fun questions for sure. 4 in a row or just 4? Oh, I mean just 4, Evan. Good question. What's up, CBJ? Thank you for joining. And by the way, the Jackets, man, don't count them out, huh? They're coming for Washington, it seems. But yeah, the last player in the NHL to win 4 Stanley Cups, I'm pretty sure, is Chris Kunitz. And Kunitz, did he win? He didn't win 3 with the Penguins. I think he won 1 with the Ducks. Did Kunitz win with the Blackhawks, or is that who he ended his career with? I forget. But yeah, Chris Kunitz has 4 Stanley Cups. Trevor, welcome to the stream. Canes fan, who is my favorite Canes player? Well, it'd have to be Mr. Analytics, going back to 2018. I was the first that you'll ever see on YouTube singing the praises of Denver's finest, Jacob Slavin. So I kind of stick with him just because he is a quintessential defenseman, because he plays his position about as well as anybody else. He's the most gifted defenseman in terms of puck responsibility. His daughter's cute too, so got to give him some credit. Nino Niederreiter, just for the name for the most part, and he's a little under the radar, I would think, under the Doppler. And Svechnikov has kind of won me over too. I like when he plays nasty out there. Can't wait to see the Canes in the Stadium Series next year in Raleigh. I've never been to Raleigh myself, but I would like to go at some point. And yeah, those jerseys that they had leaked out looked pretty cool too, I gotta say. Raise up North Carolina. Wait, is Carolina supposed to play Washington in that game? Because they can meet again in the first round this spring. The Rangers drafted a different defenseman, and then Slavin went right after. I mean, that happens, right? Fox and Slavin right now. Actually, that would be like Team USA's first defensive pairing, right? It'd probably be Slavin and Fox together. If we had like a World Cup of Hockey or something like that. That'd be a very formidable top pair. All right, the Lightning started to charge back a little bit here, and now things are starting to get a little bit more open-ended. I like this. Here we go. All right, shots on goal right now. 12 minutes through this period. Nashville has the edge 6-5. Let's see. Can I ask any other trivia questions that I'm not asking at intermission? Oh. Columbus in the Stadium Series? Oh, maybe I'm wrong then. Yeah, don't quote me on that. I would like to see Columbus get to play in an outdoor game, though. It'd be really cool if they hosted one at Ohio State one of these years. That'd be really awesome. Like Columbus versus Pittsburgh, maybe. Get a team, because, like, are the Blue Jackets going to fill an arena with, or a stadium with 90,000 people? Probably not. But if they played the Penguins, that could happen. You got your Lightning jersey. Right on. Did you get a blank or did you get it customized? Because those numbers, I personally like those quite a bit. Tavo's your favorite right now? Brady Shea? Yeah, I mean, Shea, he's been contributing a little bit more so offensively this year, hasn't he? I've always liked Brett Pesce a lot too. Kind of like Slavin, even though people know how good Slavin is now. But like Pesce's always, flying in under the radar. Laine's been on an absolute tear. It's just so weird how hot and cold he can be. Your Bolts jersey is a blank. Well, if you have a chance, I don't know who you could send it in to customize, but man, those numbers look sick. I like the shoulder patches. I've definitely seen worse Stadium Series jerseys like Nashville's. So Tampa, they did a fine job. I don't have one of those though. But as you can see behind me, I've got basically the first run of their jersey. Worn, I mean, that style was basically worn from 1992 up until like 2006, right? Or 2007. Just with some small modifications, changes in between. You turn Brady Shea into Braden Schneider. Now, is he playing every game, or is he just kind of getting like is he part of like a rotation? Oh, Retro Jackets, what's up? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to end your point streak, though, it's probably going to be against one of the best defensive teams in the NHL. It's cool to have a couple of Jackets fans here, especially with the run that they've been having recently. I thought they were going to be stapled into last place, but man, again, they proved me wrong. All right, so we're in a commercial break now. And stick around, guys. First period, or first intermission, I should say. We'll do some trivia. I've got some questions prepared, multiple choice. It doesn't matter if you go for 10, just have a good time just trying to guess. Yeah, 92 to 07. There you go. Thank you, Tin. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the Rangers have pulled off the modern day rebuild about as well as you could have asked them to. To really what? They only said, 4 years ago that they were going to rebuild? And even the last 2 years, right? They've been in the toughest division, and they've still, had a better than 500 record. Yeah, so I've got the, of course, that one that you see behind me, Tin. I've got one other one. Oh wait, no, not this one. This one's the Blues. Here's another Tampa Bay jersey. And this is, of course, the one that came right after it. And this was only worn, I think, for like 3 seasons, I want to say, or 4. But this is actually one that I do like because for me, it's the numbers. I think the numbers do it for me. So, anyway, at second intermission, I will be ranking the jersey history of the Predators and the Lightning. So, I'll go through every jersey, I'm not talking about like if they changed the shoulder logo, like that's the same. But I'll go through like every main installment in their jersey history and we'll rank them. So we'll have some fun with that. All right. The cord on the headphones is not very long, so I have to be very careful. This is all quite the balancing act. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a great time so far. And if you are, hit the thumbs up. And if anybody is new here, smash that red subscribe button. Hope to do a stream every couple of weeks. And maybe during the playoffs, I'm not entirely sure. But for those of you who don't know, I do produce content multiple times a week in the form of analysis or NHL analysis, historical content, and what I consider hockey culture content, usually in the form of like jersey unboxings and jersey talk. But we'll be expanding that. I actually have an idea. I've already produced the video, but maybe on Tuesday it'll be showing people how to choose their favorite NHL team. To welcome some new viewers to the game. So there you go. Okay, so that jersey was for four seasons then. Oh, Mike Walsh, thank you for popping in, man. Not sure if you have a chance to catch the game right now. It's not a bad game. Nashville, of course, they're on top 1-0. 5 minutes left here in the first period. Oh, Stamkos? No. He was going for the one-timer there off the, after Cirelli had brought it around the net. It always reminds me of when I went to the Preds game back in 2018, and some player was trying to score a wraparound goal, and these drunk people behind me were like, this dude, he's like, oh, you see that? He almost had that reach around. And then they were like, wait, don't you mean wraparound? And I was just chuckling, and it happened later in the game, and I turned around to the same drunk guy, and I'm like, you see that he almost scored a reach around there? Anyway, one of many, many fun moments during that game. If Joe Pavelski became a Knight, oh God, you guys couldn't afford him, but you would still find a way to make it work. I'd probably hide in my closet for a couple weeks. Yeah, but then again, I mean, he's already been off of my Sharks for a few years. He's having just he ages like a fine wine. Man. There should be a Hart Trophy. There should be like a separate award for the MVP who's 35 years or older, and Joe Pavelski would win it. Ooh. Almost had a big hit from Jeannot. Man, Jeannot he's a unit out there. I didn't know this guy was so big. He's getting all these chances in front of the net. He's hitting guys. This guy's a real power forward. Here he is again. Pressuring the puck carrier? Man, I like this guy's game. I would think so. Oh, another shot on goal. Oh, ooh. Vasilevsky had to kind of dance to hold on to that one. Andre I think his middle name is like Olegovich Vasilevsky. Oh, okay, so Vasi had to actually fight off a redirect there, and there's Jeannot. Jeannot's making straight contact with Eric Chernak, who is a big body out there himself too. This Jeannot guy, I like his game, man. All right, about 3.5 left. You know, Tampa hasn't had that much possession in the Nashville zone the last 5 minutes. Yeah, Preds seem to be in control of this one fairly well. Here they are again, and Vasi fighting that off with his glove. Man, those numbers look lovely for Tampa. And good overall, set pieces by Nashville. The set pieces, I love the signage. It looks overall, just like what you'd see on Broadway for all the different bars out there, the music bars. And yeah, like I said earlier, Nashville, if you want to have a night on the town, like go to a Preds game on a Saturday night, man, that place must be jumping. And then you just walk right outside, and it's like, pick your venue. You can go anywhere you want. You can drink whatever you want. You can listen to whatever you want. It's really fun. Yeah, Nashville throwing the body here. Somebody just tried to get in Corey Perry's grill. I always forget how big Corey Perry is, though. He's a big dude. So yeah, when was the last time Tampa registered a shot on goal? It's been a little while. And that one penalty to Johansson, that's the only penalty of the game so far, too. And Vasi has to cover the puck at his own end. Let's see, where's everybody tuning in from, by the way? I mean, I know where a couple of you guys live, more or less. But let me know in the chat. I am coming at you from North Idaho, by the way. Just about 2 hours south of the Canadian border here. Well, yeah, Chara is, he is like a sentinel from X-Men. I think it's so awesome that he wanted to fight in his record-setting game against my Sharks. We gave him a little love, too, a little tribute. That was awesome. Chara's kind of won me over the last couple of years. He's made some very dirty plays out there, but a lot of the greats have done that. I can say that about some of my favorite players. So he's had an excellent career. He seems just like a fantastic individual, and yeah, looking forward to that day that he'll have his number retired, probably in Boston, and go into the HHOF. Oh, you're in Calgary. Okay, all right. I'm only about 8 hours away from you by car. Not this time of year, though. North Carolina, right on. California. Yep. Closer to like Yosemite from what I recall. Oh, there. Now the Lightning get something on goal. North Carolina. Never been there. Got to check it out one day. There we go. I have been to 29 states, technically. 29 American states. I've been into Canada a couple of times, just not all that much. Mostly just Victoria and Whistler as an adult. And Trevor's also in North Carolina. Okay, cool. So if you guys are in NC, is that go Blue Devils or Wolfpack or Tar Heels? You're the only Preds fan here. Yeah, I don't think we had any other Preds fans earlier. Okay, so Matt Benning's taking a penalty here. Oh, there's some extracurriculars. So we'll get this sorted out here. So Matt Benning's going to get the penalty. Are they calling interference here? Yep, that's it. So Tampa's going to get a power play for 10 seconds. NC's beautiful. Mountains and the coast. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that, like, I don't know about North Carolina, but I think in South Carolina they actually have, like, wild horses, right? On the beaches. Or at least they used to. Appalachian State. Oh, okay. One of the greatest upsets in sports history when they beat Michigan, right? It's funny. I worked with, when I was in college, I worked alongside somebody who had come over from App State to work for my university's athletics department. And I remember, like, right when that was, I think the year after they had pulled off that upset, and I'm like, oh, wait, I've heard about that school. All right, so we're drawing to a close here. And so, guys, I hope you're able to stick around for the next 15 minutes. And I don't even know if it's going to take that long of a time. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go to trivia. Hey, now, it's not very, I didn't deck this out all too well. But let's take a look. We've got ourselves Twisted Trivia. I'm just going to wait until this actually pops up on my screen here. But basically, guys, grab a pencil and a piece of paper, or, you know, you can just do this on your phone, obviously. But what we've got here, we've got ourselves 10 questions, all multiple choice, okay? So even if you're not a big Predators or Lightning fan, you should be able to still fathom a guess, okay? Oh, horses are still around the sea. Cool. Right on. All right, so we got 10 questions here, and I'll actually ask the questions one by one, and then I'll reveal the answers afterwards. So I'll do this, all right? Why not? Okay. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. Let me know in the chat if you need a moment to, like, get something to write this stuff down with. So, all right. Question number one. Again, the theme here is basically between the Predators and Lightning. Okay. So how many playoff series have these teams won combined? Okay. So your answers, or your options, I should say, are A, 21, B, 24, C, 29, or D, 33. I'll give you about 15 seconds to make a guess here, and then we'll go to the next question. How many playoff series victories between these two teams combined? So that's the first question, okay? Question number two. It's a Predators question. Who scored the game-winning goal against the Anaheim Ducks that sent Nashville to the 2017 Stanley Cup Final? So this would have been in the conference final. Was it A, Colton Sissons, B, Austin Watson, C, Ryan Ellis, or D, my boy Calle Yarncroke? All right. Who scored the winning goal in the conference final to send Nashville to the 2017 final? Now, granted, this was not like an overtime goal or anything like that. But who was it? Okay? Not sure if too many people are playing here, so I'll just move on to this, okay? All right, question number three. Nashville, as you probably know, is called Music City. Which legendary musical instrument company is headquartered there? Is it A, Martin Guitars? That's what I got behind me here. B, Gibson Guitars. C, I'm a guitarist, not a drummer, so Zildjian Cymbals. Or D, Mesa Boogie Amplifiers. Which legendary musical instrument company is headquartered in Music City? I'll give you just a few seconds there to fathom a guess. You know, there's probably more than one company, but I know that only one out of these four is headquartered there. Don't cheat, guys. Don't cheat. This is more fun if you don't. All right, let's move on to the next question. All right. See, I wish we had more people tuning in. This one's pretty fun. What was the Predators' record when wearing the infamous mustard cat jerseys? Now, I didn't put the years here on purpose, okay? So, when they wore this jersey, what was their overall record in those seasons? So, A, 22, 36, and 11. B, 28, 27, and 14. C, 34, 29, and 6. Or is it D, 38, 19, and 12? And I believe that the same number of games for each answer, okay? So they wore this jersey 69 times. Nice. And so, what was their record wearing maybe the most dubious of jerseys ever? All right, let's get ready for question number 5. Okay, so we got 4 coaches between these two franchises. John Cooper, Peter Laviolette, John Tortorella, and Barry Trotz. They are the most successful coaches between these two franchises. Can you rank these coaches from the least number of wins to the most number of wins as an NHL head coach? So I give you 4 different options here. So, for example, option A says that Cooper is the least winning of these 4 coaches in the NHL, and then Laviolette is the most winning coach at the NHL level. So take a look at that sequence and let me know what you think. Or you can hold on to your answers as well, because we'll reveal the answers after all 10 questions have been asked. So, about 15 seconds there to take a guess. I'm not giving anything away, unfortunately, but I will always remember you for playing the Twisted Trivia. Okay. Let's move on to question number 6. Okay. Counting today's game, how many Stadium Series games has a Western Conference team hosted? So, the Stadium Series, I think, was first introduced in 2014. So, how many times has the host team been a Western Conference team? Is it A, 5 times, B, 6 times, C, 7 times, or 8 times for option D? Sorry, Ferris Bueller fans, 9 times is not one of the options. How many times has a Western Conference team hosted the Stadium Series? Okay. Now let's get to number 7. Question 7. Between these two franchises, Nashville and Tampa, which goaltender had this stat line during a single playoff run? A .933 save percentage, a 1.71 goals against average, and 5 shutouts. Who posted those stats between these two teams during a single playoff run? Was it A, Nikolai the Bulin Wall Hobby Bulin? Was it B, Andrei Vasilevsky? C, Pekka Rinne? Or D, Tomasz Vokun? Hey, what's up, Alex? Thank you for joining. Check out our trivia here, okay? Between the Predators and the Lightning, which goaltender posted this stat line during a single playoff run? A .933 save, a 1.71 goals against average, and 5 shutouts. That is absurd. All right, take a moment. And we'll continue to our next question right now. All right. Question number 8. Which team has the Tampa Bay Lightning won the most playoff series against? In their history spanning now 30 years. Is it A, the Boston Bruins, B, the New York Islanders, C, the Montreal Canadiens, or D, the Washington Capitals? Which of those 4 teams has the Lightning defeated the most in the playoffs? And I'm talking about playoff series wins, not individual games. So think on that for a moment. All right. And let's move on to question number 9. In 2012, the performer for the Lightning's mascot, Thunderbug, was fired following an instance with a Boston Bruins fan. What did she do? Yes, the performer was a woman. What did she do that was so frowned upon? What did she do to this Boston Bruins fan? Is the answer A, she spilled nachos on him? B, she tried to take off his jersey, or her jersey. I'm not sure if the fan was a man or a woman, or someone else. C, sprayed the fan with silly string, or D, tackled the fan to the ground. Why did the Tampa Bay Lightning's mascot performer get fired back in 2012? A real cornucopia of questions, my friends. That's how we do things on Twisted Brister Hockey. Okay. And let's see. Let's go to question number 10. All right. Now, which of the following 4 statements is true? So we have 4 statements, and 3 of these are incorrect on purpose. You have to pick out which one is actually correct, okay? What's true here? A, Scott Hartnell is the all-time penalty minutes leader. B, among plus-minus leaders all-time, 3 of the top 4 are forwards. Among power play goals leaders, 3 of the Predators' all-time top 5 are defensemen. Or D, Jussi Saros and Chris Mason are tied for second all-time in shutouts. For all I know, Evan, you might have actually watched my video, because my second most watched video on my channel is NHL Mascots of History. Oh! Thanks, Trevor. Okay, guys. Well, what I'm going to do is, because I know a couple of you might have joined, or at least, we're ducking in and out. Oh, man, I miss In-N-Out Burger. By the way, no, never mind. All right, I'll go through these questions quickly one more time in case you guys missed them earlier, okay? So I'm going to go through these quickly, and then we'll run through the answers, all right? So question 1, how many playoff series have these teams won combined, the Predators and the Lightning? Is it 21, 24, 29, or 33? So that was question number 1. Okay, going on to the next question. Hey, Steven, howdy. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. So that was question number 1. Play some trivia with us if you want. This is going to go by quickly, though, because I already asked the questions. All right, Jean, I like what you're doing there. All right. Question number 2. Who scored the winning goal against the Anaheim Ducks to send the Predators to the 2017 Stanley Cup Final? Is it A, Colton Sissons, B, Austin Watson, C, Ryan Ellis, or D, my boy, Kalle Järnkrok? Sorry, Evan. You might have gotten that for caps locks. I'm so sorry. In-N-Out Burger. No. So I do not because of you by any means, but I'm sorry, but I have like an automatic timeout for this is mostly for people who are trying to start crap in the chat, not good people like yourself. I just don't want people coming in who we don't know and just spamming stuff in caps locks. Anyway, sorry about that. I still love you. Okay, question number 3. All right, question number 3. Again, I'm going through these a little bit more quickly, okay? Nashville is nicknamed Music City. Which legendary musical instrument company is headquartered there? Excuse me. Was it A, Martin Guitars, B, Gibson Guitars, C, Zildjian Cymbals, I'm a guitarist and so I don't know how to pronounce that, or D, Mesa Boogie Amplifiers, okay? That was number 3, I should say. Question 4, what was the Nashville Predators record when wearing the infamous mustard cat jerseys? What was their combined record over the several seasons that they wore that jersey? So, here we go. 22-36-11, 28-27 and 14, C, 34-29 and 6, or D, 38-19 and 12. All right, here we go. Question 5. We have 4 coaches here. John Cooper, Peter Laviolette, John Tortorella, Barry Trotz. They've coached either the Predators or the Lightning. Can you rank these coaches from the least number of wins as an NHL head coach to the most wins as an NHL head coach? Okay, so there are your options for that. Take a look at that for about 10 seconds and fathom a guess, if you will. Alrighty, we'll go to question 6 one more time in just a mo here. Pardon. All right, and we're off. All right, question number 6. Counting today's game, how many Stadium Series games have been hosted by a Western Conference team? Is the answer 5? That's option A. Is it B, 6 times, C, 7 times, or 8 times for option D? Take these headphones off. Question number 7. Between these two franchises, which goaltender posted this stat line during a single playoffs run? A .933 save percentage, a 1.71 goals against average, and 5 shutouts. Was it A, Nikolai Khabibulin, B, Andrei Vasilevsky, C, Pekka Rinne, or D, Tomasz Vokun? Hi, Cortana. Which goaltender posted those killer stats during a playoff run? All right, question 8. Which team has the Tampa Bay Lightning won the most playoff series against? Okay, not individual playoff games. I'm talking about a series, right? A best of 7. Is it A, the Boston Bruins, B, the New York Islanders, C, the Montreal Canadiens, or D, the Washington Capitals? All right. 9. In 2012, the performer for Thunderbug, the Tampa Bay Lightning's mascot, was fired during an incident with a Bruins fan. What did she do that was so frowned upon? Yes, the performer is a woman. A, did she spill nachos on the fan? B, did she try to take off the fan's jersey? C, did she spray the fan with silly string, Or D, did she tackle the fan to the ground? Okay. So that was question number 9. And the last question, and then we'll reveal the answers. Skadoosh. All right. Which of the following 4 statements is true regarding all-time leaders for the Nashville Predators? So 3 of these are incorrect. One of them is correct. Which one is correct? Scott Hartnell is the all-time penalty minutes leader. B, among plus-minus leaders. Again, this is all-time. 3 of the top 4 are forwards. C, among power play goal leaders, 3 of the top 5 are defensemen. Or D, Yusei Saros and Chris Mason are tied for second all-time in shutouts. So take 10 seconds to pick your response there, and then we'll go to the answers. All right. Do I watch MLB? You're a Braves fan. Oh yeah, I would think that people. You're a Braves fan. Well, can I extend a thank you, a sincere thank you for kicking the crap out of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm a Giants fan. I'm from around San Jose. All right, here we go. All right, so question number 1. How many playoff series victories have these two teams combined for? The answer is C with 29. So Nashville has only won 7 playoff series. They've been in the playoffs a bunch, but they've always been kind of a lower seed, and they've won 7. Now, 3 of those they won in one cup final run. Tampa has won 22, so they've won, of course, 8 in the last 2 years, but they have a pretty good success record, playoff record otherwise, excuse me. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Mariners fan, eh? Who scored the winning goal against the Anaheim Ducks to send the Predators to the Stanley Cup Final in 2017? The answer is A, Colton Sissons, and he had a hat trick that game. Isn't that nuts? Austin Watson also had a goal in that game. He might have had 2, actually. Anyway, you hate the Braves and the Dodgers. Well, at least you hate the Dodgers. All right, so Sissons, absolutely clutch in that game. It was a 6-3 game, I think that was the final score. All right, question number 3. Nashville is nicknamed Music City. Which legendary musical instrument company is headquartered there? The answer is B, Gibson Guitars. And if you're familiar with AC/DC, Angus Young plays a Gibson SG, or Jack Black in the School of Rock is playing a Gibson SG. That's the sort of famous guitar model from Gibson, among many others, I must say. But yeah, one day maybe I'll get a Gibby myself. All right, question number 4. The record of the Nashville Predators when wearing that infamous mustard cat jersey, they were 38, 19, and 12. I almost sounded like Steve Weber from the broadcast. In their final 2 seasons wearing those jerseys, they were 21, 3, and 2. So that was kind of one of the peaks of this franchise. You never would have thought they were that good, huh? All right, here we go. Question number 5. All right, so ranking the coaches from least number of wins as an NHL head coach to most wins as an NHL head coach. The correct answer here is John Cooper, who has 416 wins. That's nothing to scoff at by any means, but these other guys have coached a lot longer in the NHL. Torts has 673, Laviolette a little bit ahead of him at 701, and Barry Trotz is 3rd all-time at 896 wins. Love me some Barry Trotz. Actually, well, Torts is kind of a jerk, but he's still kind of, at least you have something to chuckle at. How many Stadium Series games have been hosted by a Western Conference team, including today's game? The correct answer is 7. So the first one was held in Los Angeles, then it was in Chicago, San Jose, Minnesota. Colorado has hosted 2 Stadium Series games, and lastly, the Nashville Predators. There you go. Now, granted, I did say Stadium Series. Last year's game at Lake Tahoe was not a Stadium Series game, just to clarify that. All right. Question number 7. Who had that ridiculous stat line in the playoffs? A .933 save percentage, a 1.71 goals against average, and 5 shutouts. Well, it was Nikolai Khabibulin. There's a reason why he was called the Bulin Wall. He posted this in the 2004 Stanley Cup run for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't even think that he got the Conn Smythe either. How do you not with those numbers? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he won it. Okay, question number 8. Which team has the Lightning defeated the most in the playoffs in terms of series victories? They have defeated the New York Islanders 4 times. I would think that you guys would have gotten that one correct, considering they've won the last 2 conference finals against the Islanders, right? So it is the New York Islanders. Question number 9. Thunderbug's mascot in 2012 was fired because she sprayed a Bruins fan with silly string. She got fired for that. Well, anyway, apparently this was not the only incident that she had had with other fans. So that was kind of the last straw there. And lastly, which of these statements is true regarding the Nashville Predators' all-time leaders? So among power play goal leaders, 3 of them are actually defensemen. So Shea Weber is one of them, Roman Josi is one of them, and the other one is Kimmo Timonen, one of the best defenders in Finnish history. And I just put some notes in there regarding the other statements. So, how did you guys do? Comment below. Let me know how you guys did. All right. Anyway, that probably got us through, I would think, most of the intermission. I I hope that you guys enjoyed that, by the way. I figured that would be a fun way to pass the time. All right, so now we're back to that 3 out of 10. It's okay if you gave me those kinds of questions, man. I would have probably gotten 3 out of 10 myself. I probably would have gotten Gibson guitars. I could probably figure that one out. Actually, you know what? I'd probably think Mesa Boogie. Mesa Boogie's actually out of like wine country. I would probably get the one about the Islanders in the playoff series. The Coyotes playing at ASU next season, if they can get the new arena in Tempe. So yeah, they play 3 years at ASU. I mean, you know what, man? I kind of want to go and see what that's like. I think that would be actually a lot of fun. Granted, from a league revenue standpoint, this is not the time to be doing it. So I understand if a lot of people are frustrated about that. But I don't know. For Coyotes fans who, I don't know, I think some of the Yotes fans out there might be actually pretty happy about that. This opportunity to be in a real intimate atmosphere there. Not to mention, at least from what I know, there's a better opportunity to put the team closer to Tempe in what's referred to as the East Valley out there in the Phoenix Metro. So that's the better part of town because it's not that hectic in terms of trying to get to a game there. So apparently that's the kind of the right thing for them to be doing in the long run. Now, granted, 5,000 people. Wow, it's like what are we demoting them to the ECHL? But hey, it's great for the fans who don't want the team to move. That's for sure. And I understand why people are ticked off. But that franchise better start, actually not turning things around next year, but they have to have a roadmap. They have to really present the fans with a roadmap, not just for, the stadium experience that, is to come 3 years from now, but they have to give this fan base like a roadmap. It's like, okay, we've sold off everything. Okay. This is how we're going to build this franchise, like completely rebuild this franchise into something that's special and successful. Trading Jacob Chikrin isn't necessarily going to communicate that sort of message. Anyway, we are underway with the start of the second period. The Lightning, of course, are on a power play. They're second of the game here. They are down 1-0. Oh, Danny, my man, you missed trivia, but I understand. That's okay. You can stick around for second intermission. Oh, Stamkos! Saros closing things off with a good pad save. Yeah, as somebody who's not from a traditional hockey market, like my favorite team's in San Jose, right? My second favorite team is the Florida Panthers. Seeing the Coyotes in Arizona is something that I don't want to let go of, in that, I want to see fans there, even if there aren't that many of them, compared to like traditional markets. It's like, no, I want to see this franchise turn itself around and people be able to enjoy that. Being an Arizona sports fan is actually, Braden Point. There we go. We're knotted up at 1 apiece. Let's take a look at that one more time. But yeah, being an Arizona sports fan is really tough. They haven't won a championship since 2001 with the Diamondbacks for like the major leagues. I'm not counting like arena football or like the Phoenix Mercury, but yeah, for like the major sports. Nikita Kucherov, a little nice stick handling around the defense, and puts it on the tape for Point. Shelfs that one past Saros' stick. Interesting. Wow. So that pass from Kucherov actually was in the air and somehow Point shot that? I need to see that. I need to see a replay of that again. Coyotes were a good team in the 90s. If they had moved ever since they moved to Glendale, it's been pretty difficult. They had some good years there too, but it's been so long since they were, the last time they legitimately qualified for the playoffs, guys, was 2012. I know they were in the bubble 2 years ago, but they weren't one of the top 8 teams in the conference at that point. I think they were just past that. Earlier that year, they were winning the division though, but it was cool because back in 2012, when they hosted the playoffs, the fans there actually leaned into the Winnipeg Whiteout because obviously they absorbed the old Winnipeg Jets, and so that was its own sort of authentic playoff atmosphere. So anyway, here. Oh, I thought we were gonna have like a breakaway for a moment there. So yeah, I mean, I want to see hockey succeed in a variety of markets. And I mean, you can already say that it does, not just at the NHL level, but you look at the ECHL and even the AHL, but definitely the ECHL and the SPHL. I know those are very small comparatively, but you have a bunch of teams in Florida and Georgia and in the Carolinas for like semi-professional hockey. Eventually, that's going to spawn, more collegiate programs like Arizona State, for example, right? They have a legitimate Division I hockey program. I think Josh Doan came out of there, Shane Doan's son. So, the idea of introducing hockey to and growing it in non-traditional markets is going to birth superstar talent. Look at Austin Matthews from Phoenix, essentially. Look at Seth Jones, Texas. Tyler Myers is from Texas. There's a really good goaltender who's from Florida. Thatcher Demko is from San Diego. So, growing the game in other areas, even if you don't have millions of fans there, it might take a little while, but it can certainly produce something special. Panthers have the same situation. Yeah. I've seen some games where they've had good crowds. Like they played my Sharks, like a month ago or whatever, and they had a sold out crowd. It was a huge crowd for a game against the Sharks. So they're probably going to be turning things around a little bit. Miami's a tough market to crack, though. Not just because it's in Miami, but sports fans there, in terms of showing up regularly for like Dolphins, Heat, Marlins games. I mean, that has been Marlins. They've been just a train wreck for 15 years or so. It's not easy. NHL in San Diego. Hey, I wouldn't mind that as well. I really like the league at 32 teams. I don't want to see them expand beyond that. I don't want the talent to be watered down. Not that it would be necessarily, but 32 is such a perfect even number, right? Unless you want to make it a 64-team league. So, yeah, San Diego would be a cool place to introduce another professional sports franchise because they've lost a couple of pro teams, right? They had the LA Clippers up until, the late 70s or early 80s. They also had, of course, the Chargers. I miss those days, man. I don't know what it would take to put a team in San Diego in terms of getting an arena for that because they already have the AHL San Diego Gulls as well. But, if we could fantasize about where the league could expand to or introduce a new team, for the States, I think San Diego would certainly be a top market. Houston makes the most sense because it's so populous and it doesn't have a hockey team, right? So I would think that Houston would be the place the NHL goes next. Kansas City has been talked about as well. Kansas City's a great sports market. But in terms of who... I mean, it could take off in either of those places, honestly. But yeah, if I could choose a major U.S. city to have an NHL team, San Diego would be up there. Portland might be kind of up there as well. Of course, if I could what I really want to do is get a Winter Classic here. Because, we have decent enough conditions. We have... I mean, it would be cool if it were in Spokane, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what the chances of that happening would be. A preseason outdoor game, maybe. But I don't think we've ever seen a professional North American league actually have teams in other continents. I don't think that's ever happened before. But I like that the league is playing more of those games in Europe next year. I swear, if they announce the Sharks are playing in Switzerland, I'm saving up. I would absolutely jump right into that. Or Sweden. But Sweden's probably going to be the Red Wings. I think that If any team is going to play in Stockholm next year, it's going to be the Red Wings. It has to be. I don't know who they would play against. Maybe the Avalanche with Gabriel Landeskog. Or I don't know who else. Winter Classic in Wyoming. Yeah, you have the room. Absolutely. Yeah, you can have a nice section for all the bison and the pronghorn or whatever, speed goats or whatever you have there. So what do we got here? We got offsetting penalties for roughing or something like that. We'll have some 4-on-4, I think. Yeah, it's important once in a while that I just take a moment to gather my breath here. So 5 minutes here. I mean, I'd love to. Wow, an outdoor game in a different country. That's ballsy. That's very ballsy. I would love it though. So Danelle, is that a result of some of the other more popular sports teams out there? Is that because the Yankees get talked about all the time, the Giants, the Knicks, right? Is that the reason why the Islanders and the Devils kind of fly in under the radar there? I mean, hopefully that changes, but for that to happen, right, the Devils have to actually make some headway and get competitive again. Put that together for an 82-game season. I know that they've been playing better recently, except they let in 8 goals last night to the Blackhawks. But yeah, I mean, I know what that's like when you live somewhere that does not appreciate your hockey team, where you have the fans, you have the passion, but you don't have the media market to support that, or you don't have the city to really lean into it. I know what that's like, and I'm seeing that with my Sharks, frankly. I made a video about last year how the Sharks tickets, season ticket holder base has dropped off a ton. I can make an update to that video, man, because those games are drawing 8,000 people. It's bad. Oh, I didn't know Tampa was actually on the power play. Excuse me. Maybe it was two roughing and an extra penalty to Nashville. So yeah, Tampa's on their 3rd power play, by the way. And of course they capitalized on the first one with a goal from Braden Point. How much water have I drank? Half a liter? Oh, that hit the post and it's in. That is a Victor Hedman goal. No, excuse me, that's Nikita Kucherov. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. Tampa, you know, when they have that lineup on the power play in the playoffs, they can click at 40% if they want. Let's see how this play developed. Man, it's Braden Point, great speed. And they've got, Stamkos at the point there? Oh, good screen in front from Hedman. They had Hedman down there screening. Actually, no, excuse me. That must have been Killorn. Yeah, excuse me. That's Killorn. Another guy, Killorn and, of course, Cirelli are, hardly ever talked about. Killorn is basically scoring a point per game. Nobody's talking about him. 32 years old. He's had a really solid career. And he's kind of he's like Joe Pavelski in that, he just gets better with his age. And people don't talk about Palat either, probably because he plays, on the top line and is sort of the, the odd man out in that situation. But yeah, 2-1 in favor of the Bolts. So my score prediction is false. It is mute because I predicted 3-1 home team. But it's the visitors who have scored the last 2 goals here. Oh, I'm supposed to go to a Spokane Chiefs game tonight? Whoops. Sorry, but I guess I'm not going. Originally, I was going, back in, July or August, I bought tickets for two Kraken games. Of course, I already went to one of them in November against the Avalanche. Was supposed to go to one next month, at the end of next month, against Vegas, but I just didn't feel like going out to Seattle again. So I sold those. Other teams get talked about more so. Even the Mets, even the Jets, and the Nets. So I would think that in the New York, tri-state area, I would think that if the hockey teams were more successful, that they would actually get more talk than like the Mets would or the Jets. But from what you're saying here, it's not really sounding like, it doesn't sound like that they're getting that much pub just over the course of an 82-game season. That sucks. If you qualify for WWE, well, I don't really. I'd have to be like notified about it because I don't really follow wrestling. But let's see. Well, I would hope that you would have like merchandise or something like that. I'd have to get like a tank top, like a sleeveless with your face on it or something like that. Might have to go in on that. And of course, I'd have to figure out when your first match was, because why wouldn't I? I wouldn't want to miss a chance to watch that. I don't know what the live streaming options are. Probably have a couple of beers and kick back and watch some wrestling. But anyway. All right, so we're at a commercial break, by the way, folks. Do I think the Coyotes and... I'm sorry, I missed that earlier. Coyotes and Panthers have fans. Well, they do. It's just that, it's kind of like when you're online. Like when you're on Twitter, does Twitter reflect the consensus of people in North America? No, it doesn't, right? It's skewed, right? When you're talking about hockey, like what are the chances that, if you have 100 fans in a room talking about hockey, how many of them are going to be Panthers or Coyotes fans? Are there going to be any Panthers or Coyotes fans? Maybe not. But they're, because 25 of them are going to be Maple Leafs fans. 15 of them are going to be Canadiens fans. 15 of them are going to be Bruins fans. 15 of them are going to be Penguins fans. Probably 7 or 8 of them will be Knights fans. One of them might be a Sharks fan. So when you look at the overall makeup of fans in the NHL, I would think that Coyotes and Panthers are going to be a fairly small percentage. But, if they had sustained success, like the Panthers, if they can, continue their successes after this year, it's not going to be easy given, Barkey and Huberdeau. They have to extend those guys. He sent me tickets to WrestleMania. Whoa. That would actually, you might make me a wrestling fan for that. But, I'm sure, you're gonna have some other important people to put in the seats as well too. So yeah, right. When you have a market like Florida, or you have a market like Arizona, right? They're going to be bringing up the rear. Somebody's got to bring up the rear. In Florida right now, you have to be optimistic that as the winningest team in Florida right now, besides Tampa, they can, generate some excitement. Win a playoff series. Start with that. Get over COVID entirely. And I know that Florida's, one of the most opened up states too, which is good. That gives opportunity. But they need like the marketing behind it, right? They need to really tap into their fan demographics as best as they can, right? Because a lot of people from Florida or like Miami, right? You have a lot of Latinos. You have a lot of people who come from countries or from areas that don't have hockey in the first place. So a lot of people are going to be introduced to the sport. But that there is opportunity in how you decide to introduce the sport. I know why. Thank you. But yeah, you have to have somebody bringing up the rear at all times, right? The Sharks are going to be bringing up the rear. And if you were to tell me that 10 years ago, I'd say that was BS, because I've been immersed in the Sharks community in the highs and lows of that franchise. Right now is the lowest of lows. I never would have thought it would be this bad. It could only get worse too. And I've been there at the best of times, and I'm hoping that Florida is on the rise to getting back to that. Arizona's going to take longer. Buffalo's going to take longer too, right? Buffalo's special though. Buffalo is a traditional hockey market, you know. Plus the Sabres have been around for 52 years. So they are they're more appreciating of the sport. It's not just about the team, you know, the franchise of the Sabres, but it's the sport itself that they love out there too. There we go. So anyway, that's probably my take on that matter. You know, and then you have teams like the Leafs, or even teams like the Oilers, who over the past decade, when they sucked, they were still selling out because I think that they had all that sponsor support. The Maple Leafs, it's the same sort of dynamic, right? They're able to fill their arena because so much of that is tied up in sponsorships, because companies want to put those ads in that arena, because the Leafs are bigger than the Blue Jays, right? And here in the States, there aren't that many teams who are bigger than their own baseball team. Pittsburgh is a good example of that. But is Boston a better example of that? No, an advertiser is still going to want to put its billboards, or ads, inside Gillette Stadium before they think about TD Garden, right? Although TD Garden could give you opportunities for two sports, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my butt. This period is halfway over now. The shots are in favor of the Lightning. Here's a 2-on-1 for Tampa, but no, they're offside. So Tampa has the advantage in shots at 17-14. So Nashville, I think they only have like 4 shots so far this period, which isn't terrible, but it has been tilted a little bit more at Nashville's end of the ice, in favor of Tampa. Goals, of course, from, and I got to jog my memory here, but goals from Point, and also from Kucherov, Nikita Kucherov. All right, we're at a commercial break here with just about 9 minutes remaining in the period. Kind of surprised not as many people are tuning into this, given, well, I guess there are other games on too. But here I am. And of course, at the intermission here, we will be ranking the jersey history for both the Lightning and the Predators. So, in other words, I'll go through every main installment in the jersey history. That's 13 jerseys for, there you go, 13 jerseys for the Lightning and 13 jerseys for the Predators. And of course, you know, I want you guys to let me know in the chat, you know, which Predators jerseys are your favorites and your least favorites, and which Lightning jerseys are your favorites and your least favorites as well. As I see this ad for the Batman movie, The Batman, because we have to keep doing the same thing. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have some jersey talk at the intermission. Gotta stretch my legs for a moment here. There we go. Victor Hedman. Somebody who is very gifted with the puck, despite not being super flashy. His big old strides. And yeah, he has that booming slap shot, as he won the hardest shot at the All-Star weekend a few weeks ago. What do you guys think about that, by the way? I think they need to make the All-Star game actually worth something. I think it should be East versus West. Absolutely. Well, now. Not exactly as exciting as the Winter Classic. Not as many hits. The first period looked pretty good. All right. Let's see if the Predators can actually, build some momentum here in the Tampa zone. There's a shot that was fired from the point, and they were able to maintain possession here. Now in front of the net. But we're going to get another face-off here. Would I ever... a WWE hockey jersey? Well, I'm sure that wrestlers have I'm sure they have hockey jerseys for that. Like you can probably buy, can't you buy like a Steve Austin hockey jersey or something like that? I mean, they make hockey jerseys for like bands that I listen to as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a lot of crickets. Oh well, at least people do tune into the stream after I've done it too. I'll get a lot of especially if I've done let's design a jersey, or I've had another kind of stream. I usually get a lot of views afterwards, not as much during. But gotta get back in the it'd be nice to get back in the habit of going live once in a while. Undertaker had there was an Undertaker hockey jersey. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. There's that website. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you, Riley. Let's see here. Oh, for the lady wrestlers. Why not? Let's see. Why can't I type something? Check out Geeky Jerseys if you haven't already. Geeky Jerseys is a cool website, because they have jerseys that are themed after certain TV shows, movies, comics, and video games. I've never bought one off of there, but Shannon on his channel has a few of those. For Star Wars and Simpsons and Harry Potter and that sort of thing. All right, under 7 minutes remaining in this period as the Lightning hold on to a 2-1 lead. Goals from Kucherov and Point. Now another chance for Point. He just roofed that one over the net. Really nice little shot also from Sergachev on the point that Saros turned away. Can't really fault Saros yet, I don't think, for either of those goals. Yeah, go check it out. Yeah, Tampa's really holding Nashville in their own zone quite a bit this period. Sergachev shot from the point. That deflects out of play with 6 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. Well, I appreciate if you are watching this live or are tuning in afterwards for spending your time hanging out. I'm hoping we get a Seattle Metropolitans jersey next year. I'm pretty sure we will, though. I can't see them not doing that. Just I don't know if they'll do that in the Kraken colors or in the actual classic Metropolitans, green and red. Either way should be fine. Are they cutting to another commercial break? Of course they are. Confound it. All right. So I think it was under 6 minutes left, 5:30 left in the second period. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Goals from Nikita Kucherov and Braden Point. And yeah, at the second intermission, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. I will be ranking the jersey history for each of these two franchises. So for Tampa Bay, that's going to span all the way back to 1992 when they played at the fair. Did they play at the fairgrounds or was that the Panthers? I get that confused. And then for the Predators, of course, that spans all the way back to 1998. So the Nashville Predators next year are going to be in their 25th season. Isn't that crazy? Think of the Nashville Predators already as 25 years old, just about. Pretty interesting, I got to say. Oh, speaking of Preds jerseys. Got this one here too. This is a vintage one, not 1998, I don't think, because it would have had the 98 on the patch here. But I like this classic Nashville patch. The coloring of the logo is really interesting too, because you have silver and then you have that sort of ice blue as well, and then you even have some orange or whatever you want to call that in there. A little bit of a different design in terms of color blocking. This one's solid though. I am a fan. Orbital Strike. Chris? Is that you? Oh my goodness, it's been a minute, eh? My goodness. Chris, I forgot, are you coming at us from Newfoundland? Or Labrador City? Oh, man. It has certainly been a while, eh? Well, hopefully you can stick around for a little bit, because at the intermission we're going to be talking jerseys, actually ranking them. Ooh, more pressure from the Lightning here. Good job by the Predators to keep some of those Lightning players outside the crease, though. Thank you. Yeah, again, more activity at the Nashville end of the ice. Tampa is definitely showing up in this period. Shots on goal, I think they've already pumped about 9 to the net in this period. 5 minutes, 37 seconds left. Got a face-off down in the Nashville zone with French-born Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Now, if I were to pick up a Stadium Series jersey, that's the guy I would want to get on there. Not too many French-born players. And Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, this Riley, for your reference, is my favorite to ever wear a Golden Knights jersey. Although Fleury gets some love too. Oh yeah, you should have a hockey jersey in your merch. You could even make it part of your getup if you really wanted. Who knows? Maybe you could win a match by breaking a hockey stick over somebody. All right, here come the Lightning once again. Deep in the Nashville zone, behind the net. Can the Predators actually get some ice time in the Tampa zone? But no. That's another shot to the net for Saros. But in terms of high danger, he hasn't had to face much since the goal. Lab City. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that about you. I obviously haven't been doing live stuff very much, but maybe resuming that a little bit. What I like to do is with something like this, I like to have a schedule, a program. If I kind of know how I want to run the live stream, I think that can be a little bit more successful and interact with you guys by doing quizzes and showing off whether that's jerseys or pucks or whatever. Marcia is your all-time Golden Knights favorite. Yeah, I mean, he's been, I think, tied for second with like Riley Smith with how integral he's been to the franchise's success. Maybe after Marc-Andre. But yeah, again, I was so... Then again, I think Marchessault was projected to be selected by Vegas in the expansion draft. But that was the thing. The Panthers talked Vegas into selecting Marchessault because they wanted to hang on to somebody else. I forgot who that was. And like Marchessault had just scored, I think, 27 goals that year. And so I was thinking, what the heck are they thinking? Why are they letting this guy walk? Anyway, we are about 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from second intermission. Now Nashville, a little bit of a chance here. Oh, good pursuit by Point and also by Cal Foote. And they're trying to get a clean clear, but Nashville, shot from the point, a little wide. But that's about it for that possession. Fabro hasn't exactly... He's kind of coming along a little bit more slowly in terms of offense. I think he was expected to be a pretty good player in the offensive zone. I don't know if his ice time has been that great either. It'll be interesting to see if he grows into a cornerstone for that franchise. You got a Marchessault jersey. Well, that's cool because those numbers look great. Is that going to be a penalty? No, it's not. Nah, I didn't think it was. Yeah. Vegas. I have a blank jersey, and it looks great. But yeah, you had those numbers on there. It looks wonderful with that perforation. Man, it was so weird seeing those jerseys at first because it was a different breed of jersey for sure. And it didn't take that long for me to really like it. At first, I thought, what the hell are they doing? And then once we got a few months into the season, I said, oh, that's what they're doing. Did I pick up any Stadium Series jersey? Oh, you got a Nashville one? Did you lose a bet for that? No, I'm just joking. No, I haven't. I've been very lean in the jersey budget. But, I do want to get a Tampa one. But it has to have a number on it. Otherwise, it's too plain. So I would want to get one with Pierre-Edouard Bellemare on it, I think. The yellow helmet and socks. Actually, I think that the uniform looks really good. I don't like the jersey, but from... Oh, wrap around! Oh, nope, drew a penalty. So the Lightning get a power play with 1:25 left. I think the Predators' overall uniform, like just watching it on TV, I think it looks pretty good. Just the jersey itself doesn't do it for me. On the front was an automatic buy. Oh, interesting. Well, I know that it was done kind of in the style of the concert posters in Nashville, so I do appreciate that, but I don't think many people understand that, so that's why it's kind of a miss to me. So wait, but Riley, what position would you play, or would you be the coach? You get a Lightning. Oh, they could use it as an alternate jersey. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. But as you'll see, I've never been a big fan of Lightning jerseys. Or Predators jerseys, for that matter. Oh, shorthanded chance. That was a blocker saved by Vasi. Or I think it was blocked. 1 minute remaining. And, of course, the Lightning on a power play here. And they got their top unit out there. Kucherov, Stamkos, Point, Killorn, Hedman. They bring it around the net there. Nashville almost was able to come up with that. And here's Chernak. Or Stammer, I should say. Stays in the zone and at the point there for Hedman. Feeds it over. Kucherov shoots over the net. Aaron, welcome. RIT had a game at 7. What's RIT? I'm sorry. What is it? It's not like Rochester Institute of Technology, is it? I don't know. The only thing with Tampa's uniform that you don't like is the giant helmet logo. Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there too. It does look a little odd. For Nashville, I like what they did with the helmet though. Well, anyway, Aaron, we're about to rank some jerseys. We're going to rank the jersey history of these two franchises at the intermission here. Oh, you're on the second line. Okay. Okay, you've got a game plan then. All right, 20 seconds left. And of course, this power play time should carry over into the third period. 10 seconds. Doesn't really look like they're trying to do anything here. And, shot for Stammer. And square to that was Yusei Saros. And so we go into second intermission at 2-1 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Shots on goal favored Tampa 24-16. So Nashville, I think, only had like 6 shots in that period. Okay. Nashville's helmet is spicy. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. A college in Rochester, New York. If you were to have a conversation with me and say my favorite color is orange or something, I would forget that like instantly. But if you told me your license plate number, I would remember that. I remember weird things. Geography is one of them. Okay, so 2-1. Goals for the Tampa Bay Lightning that period coming from Nikita Kucherov and Braden Point. And we got 7 people here. Okay, great, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't already, smash subscribe, smash like, super chats. Nonetheless, I still love you. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually rank the jersey history for both franchises. Now, I thought about I did this separately. So we're going to start with the Lightning, I think, and then we're going to do the Predators. I should have done them combined. That would have been fun. They clinched a home playoff game. Wonderful. All right. Valorant. When I'll be live next? I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing a stream like every other week, I want to say, through the regular season. Maybe more if we really get in a groove. But, there we go, orange. But yeah, maybe every other week. So here we go. What we're going to do. Oh, there you go. Tampa's top players came up in the second. Yeah, and I mean, they just swallowed up Nashville anytime that they entered the zone too. So we're going to rank my favorite, my least favorite to favorite, okay? So we're going to start with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of course, you guys, go crazy in the chat. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. So here we're going to start with my least favorite Lightning jersey of all time. And that, I just want to make sure, I'm going to give it a moment for it to show up on my screen here so I know that it went, that it started kicking in here. So just a moment, should be about 10 seconds. And my least favorite Tampa Bay Lightning jersey of all time is the Black Bolts alternate. I really like the numbers on this. They're done very well. But for me, it's the plain front. It looks pretty lackluster, I have to say. There isn't any real character to the jersey when you're looking at it from the front. Oh, well, thank you, Chris. How wonderful of you. Aw, I appreciate it. I hope to see you around for more streams. So that would benefit us both because I go live more and you stick around too. So there we go. All right. So Tampa, your worst jersey of all time, in my opinion, is this really plain word mark. Okay. So there's that. Oh, hey Elias, what's up? I'm sorry if you got timed out. It's because of caps lock. I don't want anybody unfamiliar with coming into our. Wait, what? Oh, maybe I should. I don't know. Basically, I'm trying to prevent people we don't know from just spamming random crap in caps lock. So I'm sorry if it's a little too strict. I've tried not to be as strict with other stuff, but anyway, you are still welcome here. All right. So that was 13th. So 12th all time. You're good, man. Anyway, 12th all time is the first Bolts Wardmark jersey, which was worn a little bit before then. I think it was like 2008 to 2014 or something like that. This one's a little bit better in my opinion because first of all, it's blue, not black. It's, everybody wears blue as well, but it's a little bit more sincere in my opinion. It's got Tampa Bay written on the bottom of the back side, which I actually kind of like. And it has some character to the sleeves as well. So it's got a little bit more going on, but still, it's a very uninspiring jersey, I would have to say. So that's 12th. All right, 11th is actually their current home jersey. And it's not like an ugly jersey by any means. It's just a ripoff of the Toronto Maple Leafs colors and the Detroit Red Wings design. The only thing really unique to this jersey is the number design. And even that isn't like anything revolutionary. It's not like the Predators or anybody else. I like the shoulder logo on this. It wasn't the first time that they did that, but I do like symmetrical shoulder logos. The logo itself for Tampa, again, is something that they need to change. Yeah, I've got it on a hat here, whatever. Again, not an ugly jersey. 7-2 Leafs heading into the third. And Detroit scored 4 goals? Wow! That's crazy, dude. That's where everybody is. Okay. Well, I'll have to check out the highlights. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, so that's what I've got at number 11. In 10th place, I have the first Reebok Edge jerseys that they wore from 2007 to 2011 in white specifically. The reason why is because there isn't that much color. And so when you have like predominantly silver elements, like I look at the shoulder logos and the main logo in silver against a white jersey, that to me does not particularly click. So that's why I have it ranked down here. And the overall design of those Reebok Edge jerseys for a lot of teams was really ugly. And it didn't translate that well for the Lightning either. Certainly a downgrade from what we saw in the era before that. If Toronto didn't exist, Tampa would have good jerseys. I can meet you halfway on that, I would think. All right, so this is now number 9. So at number 9, I have their current away jersey. I like this a little bit more because the numbers stand out more on a white jersey. I guess that's the only real reason why I have this ahead of the home jersey. Because, yeah, it's a little bit more pronounced. The contrast clicks in a little better. All right, number 8. This one is virtually the same. Or am I at 7 now? This is number 8. Yeah, number 8. So I have 8-7. Holy Mackinac. Number 8, I have the, this was from the Reebok era, from I think 2011 until 2017, or 2014, I think, because the only difference here is that you have Tampa Bay on the logo, or right above the logo. And personally, that fills the jersey out a little bit more. I know most people would rather not have any text there, kind of like the Vancouver Canucks, but the thing is the jersey is so plain otherwise that I think that having the text there is a little bit better than not having it. So that's at number 8. In 7th, I have their original white jersey. And yes, the numbers on this changed from time to time. They used to be a lot more slanted and had some real character to them. But then they went to something more blocky and generic. But Cortana, chill out. My dog is trying to get attention. I might need to give my dog attention. I'm in the middle of a segment, girl. Here, have a treat. All right. Come here. Anyway, so this original design, certainly not my favorite from the 90s. When I think of the Sharks, I think of the Ducks as well, right? The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Those jerseys had more character than this one does here. But it's still okay. The silver shines. You've got the Florida State patch on the shoulders. That's not so bad either. This was okay to me. That was number 7. 6th. I am so surprised that I have this as high as I thought I would. Because even though I see, the thing is, I used to be all about the traditional hockey jersey designs, right? Original 6, like Blackhawks, Maple Leafs. I eventually started appreciating ones like this, where it's not it doesn't look like a hockey jersey. I know that. But the features on this are actually kind of cool. I love that rain effect on the sleeves. even though it's, it's hard to make that out from a distance. And you got these kind of silver numbers, which actually look okay, but from a distance they look horrible. So in the past, I have roasted this jersey quite a bit. And I can still, people say, oh God, they have that ugly rain jersey or whatever, or ugly alternate black jersey. I hate it in some ways, and I do like it in some ways too. But then again, this is number 6, right? The Lightning have had so many bad jerseys that this is still kind of a bad jersey, but it's not that bad. Speaking of bad jerseys, in 5th place, we've got ourselves the original Storm jersey that was worn, I think, from like 1995 to 97 or something like that. This one is just atrocious, but damn it, it's got character. That's why I have it ranked higher up than I normally would. It's a terrible jersey, but damn it, it's got character. The waves on the bottom, the lightning on the arms, and that yellow. And in my opinion, the Tampa Bay Lightning should actually bring that electric yellow. When I think of the 2018 All-Star game that they hosted, right? They had those yellow accents on 1 or 2 of the jerseys. I think they need to bring that electric yellow into their branding to distinguish themselves from the Maple Leafs and from the Red Wings in terms of jersey design. My dog is being so goddamn needy right now, but she's being so cute. Look at this cute puppy here. You say hi, Cortana. You say hi to all the fans out there. Who's a good girl? Oh, who's a good girl? Oh, who's my best friend? Okay. So, anyway, that's why I've got the rain jersey there, the Storm jersey. So, it's 5th. There are 4 jerseys from Tampa that I like more. My dog might need to go outside, so we'll have a pause between Tampa and Nashville if you don't mind, guys. Okay? So, at number 4, I have the Stadium Series jersey. And as I've been talking about earlier, what really makes it for me are the numbers. The numbers are fantastic with that silver outline. I love the font choice. It looks good with the Bolts word mark. I love how there's that lightning bolt going through the B and the S as well. BS. And you've got the lightning sort of shark fin design on the bottom, which, by the way, I thought to myself, if the Sharks ever made a completely new jersey, hey, in a minute, the Sharks should go with that bottom that Tampa has, because that looks like a shark fin or some choppy water or something like that. So anyway, not a great jersey, but in compared to the rest of the history, it's good. All right, number 3. All right, I got the reverse retro. Solid. Not a great jersey design, as I mentioned earlier, but it's functional. It does the job, excuse me. They still have the victory stripes on the side there. I was never really that interested in buying this. Maybe if they had the original font, right, where it was all, slanted and italicized, I would have gotten on board with that. But people out here, people in the community really like that Tampa went to this, and I'm cool with that too. So that is number 3. In 2nd place, and you can see it behind me here, I have the original black jersey, which they won the Stanley Cup in 2004. And, they wore various versions all the way dating back to 1992. Yeah, just like the white jersey, it's a straightforward functional design. It's not great or glamorous, but I do remember, of course, that cup run. I thought it was awesome how they had won and beaten the Calgary Flames, even though the Flames really won that Stanley Cup. I was cheering for Tampa, though, and I think of Martin St. Louis and, of course, Dave Andrechuk and certainly Dan Boyle, one of my favorite defensemen of all time. So again, not a great jersey, but it's functional. It's at least fairly unique compared to other Tampa Bay jerseys that have been more generic. My favorite Tampa Bay Lightning jersey of all time, though, is, and this is a crappy photo. So I'll just pull it out here. And I understand that not everybody's going to like this one. But my favorite is the Reebok Edge in black. Worn from 2007 to 2011. This is my favorite of the Tampa Bay logos. This is my favorite, clearly. I think it looks really good on black. I like the blue collar, solid, simple blue collar. Looks good. You've got the same state of Florida patch on the shoulder here. That looks good. You got these blue undersides to the sleeves, right? And I'm not usually a fan of that, but you did need some color in this jersey, and so the blue helps a little bit. Maybe if they had some white piping as well, that might have been better. I don't know. But really what does it for me, what completes it, because blank, it's pretty boring, but the numbers are great with the, you got the blue stroke around the white, and then you have the silver stroke around the blue. So this Tampa Bay Lightning jersey is my favorite that has been worn. It's not a great jersey by any means, but I'm so happy that of all the Lightning jerseys that I could add to my collection, that I did find this one on eBay for about, I think I paid like $100 or so. But yeah, guys, what is your favorite Tampa Bay Lightning jersey? What is your least favorite? Here, I'm going to type that in the comments. You guys comment there. I'm going to see if my dog needs to go outside. We have been live for about 2 hours and 50 minutes already. Wowee. Favorite and least favorite Lightning jersey. Let's hear it. All right, you guys just give me a second. I'm going to see if my dog needs to go outside, okay? Hey, do you need to go outside? Go play outside? Hey. No? Okay. Okay, apparently she did not need to go outside. Okay, top 4 current third. Oh, okay, the current third Reebok. Okay, then the Stadium Series. Current home and the first alternate jersey. Oh yeah, the rain jersey. Well, I'm sure a lot of people would say that as well. Okay. So, that is the Lightning's jersey history. And now, we're going to go to the Predators jersey history. Ranked again from least favorite to favorite. And man, oh man. Now, with the Lightning, with that Storm jersey from 1995, it is certainly ugly, but I like the character that it has. You know, Tampa Bay jerseys lack character for the most part, and that one I thought delivered in spades. Whereas with the Predators, the Mustard Cat jersey is just atrocious to look at. It does not have the same kind of endearing sort of qualities to it, in my opinion. Alright, that's cool, buddy, but let's see. Oh, thank you, Streamlabs. Wait, hold up. No. It's gonna... Sorry, here we just had some spam. But, you know, that's kind of to be expected, unfortunately. Okay. So the Predators Mustard Cat jersey, to me, is certainly the ugliest jersey in their history. And I really do think it's probably one of the 5 ugliest hockey jerseys that have ever been created in the NHL. But that is just my opinion, okay? All right. So that is number 13. Look at that hexagonal collar, man. It's so weird. Let's see. Will I ever get NAHL? Oh, I don't know Sports and Horns. That's a cool name. I don't even know what that league is, unfortunately. Like, what are some of the teams from that league? I have a couple ECHL jerseys. I have a couple of AHL, WHL. That's about it for my non-NHL. I even have a team from New Zealand, and the Humboldt Broncos. I have a jersey of theirs. All right, so that was the ugliest. Okay. All right, next up for the Predators, I have number 12. I have their current road jersey. 2 things that really stand out to me. I just really don't like the color blocking of the yellow on the top and the bottom. It's just these thick bands that don't look good against a white jersey, in my opinion. I like the numbers on this a lot, though. And I don't like cropped shoulders. Some of you might know that already. I like when my shoulders round off, because I think that naturally looks that really fits the natural design of the human shoulder and the arm. So this is not a good jersey, although I love the numbers. Junior League in North America. Oh, okay, got it. 9-7 Leafs? Are you kidding me? Jeez. All right. Number 11, we have the 07 Reebok Edge jersey in white. Now, one thing that you'll notice is that it has Nashville right above the logo. Some people wouldn't like that. I don't really care about it that much, but I think it would look better without the text. The Lone Star Brahmas. Okay, the Shreveport Mudbugs. The Jackalopes? Dude, I'd have to get a Jackalope. I might have to go for one of those, buddy. Do you own any of them? So yeah, I was going to say that with this jersey, it's that piping that comes down to the sides. Horrible. So many teams had that, and it was the worst thing about those jerseys. The arms, I actually like quite a bit. But when you combine that with the piping, the text at the top, and there was nothing going on at the bottom of the jersey either. It was really plain in the torso. So that's why I've got this jersey pretty low. Yes, number, what was his 10th? I mean, I had to put Neil in here. Got to give a shout out to the son of the GOAT, to the Godfather out here. Wouldn't be making YouTube videos were it not for him and Shannon and Justin when he had Hands Down Hockey. I love this guy. So, in 10th, I have the actual Stadium Series jersey. Again, the uniform I think looks fine. Watching it on TV, I kind of like that. But this jersey, the way that this was executed on the front just doesn't do it for me. And yeah, it's the numbers don't really have the same character that they do on jerseys like this. So that's why I have this one. And of course, like Riley is doing here, guys, let me know in the comments what is your favorite Preds jersey. What's your least favorite? You can have multiple. That's totally fine. Obviously, hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do super chats. Yeah, Neil, the son of the GOAT. Okay, now at number 9, I have the 07 Reebok Edge design that the team wore from 2007 to 2011 in navy. Same comments for the most part. The piping, the lack of anything at the bottom of the jersey. That's why it's here. Really like how the logo looks, though. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. You have a lot of teams. My goodness. There's a Wolverines? I gotta see what those guys look like. So yeah. This jersey, again, Nashville did not have a good transition from CCM to Reebok, I don't think. Okay, number 8, I have the yellow jersey that was worn from 2011 to 2017. Now, this one had more going on than the current home jersey, but I just don't like that white piping with the navy around the shoulders, around the collar there, and on the arms. It's the same thing here too. By the way, we're underway with the third period, so I'll try to go through this fairly quickly. But yeah, this was just a product, again, of Reebok designs just being really awkward, in my opinion. Then after that, I have the current jersey for home games. I don't mind them wearing yellow. It's just that the jersey, to me, is too plain. Love the numbers. Really like the guitar pick logo. I wish they would have it on the other shoulder. You've got Nashville inside the collar, which looks terrific. Everything else, though, is pretty plain. So it's a meh jersey in my opinion. But I like that they're wearing yellow. A little bit of a scuffle behind the net there, eh? Okay, now we're on to number 6. So I have the white version of that Reebok jersey from 2011 to 2017. This one actually translates better. I don't mind the navy piping as much on the white jersey. I think that looks good. You need that because otherwise you have these random splotches of yellow. A little bit more character with this Nashville jersey than anything they wore around that decade. So overall, it's not that great, but it's better than... It has some better features, or it's executed just a little bit better. Rate NAHL logos? Maybe I'll do that on a future stream. You can always, Sports and Horns, you can always email me. I have my email in the description. If you want to send me the logos, I could possibly, react and rank them in a live stream. There's some jersey concepts, too, that I have that I can rank on the stream. All right, number 5, I have the Winter Classic from 2020. And I used to really not like this one, but actually, I like it okay. I think it's a decent jersey. A little plain considering you don't have a real logo, you just have the script. I know that they're paying homage to the Dixie Flyers, but the rest of the jersey looks fine. I really like the numbers. Those are cleanly executed. Really like the shoulder logo, and the collar is not trying to do too much either. It's overly simple, but it's still executed fairly well. Not something I want to put in my collection, but if it were like a mystery box or like a mystery jersey that I randomly drew, I wouldn't hate it. All right. Now, going on to number 4. So number 4, I have the original white jersey. And what's different here is that there is the triangle behind the Predators logo. I don't like the captain's letter there, but the numbers otherwise look wonderful, both on the sleeves and on the back. You got the Predator, the saber-toothed cat on the shoulder. Although they did have the Nashville, N logo in earlier years. Overall, this has some character. It's unique in its design, kind of like the Anaheim Mighty Ducks in the 90s. And, navy and yellow, and you have that silver as well with that nice shine to it. Overall, that is not a bad composition, I don't think. It's unique. It's not my favorite, but it stands out from the pack. When they were $40, no, I didn't. I did not. In third, collection video once you're Minnesota Magicians. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've seen that logo. That one's sick, dude. So I have the original Predators dark jersey here. Again, same comments that I'll make for the white jersey, but I do like the navy. I think it looks a little better. And you still have the shoulder yoke sort of design in silver, which looks really good here. I remember when the Preds first came into the NHL, they actually became my second favorite team for a little while there because I thought these jerseys were sick. They kind of had like a motocross sort of feel to them. And I collected, I showed it off just a few minutes ago. But I eventually ended up collecting one of the original jerseys as well. But this one has, like the picture, it has the N logo for Nashville. All right. So I think we got 3 more left. And we're just 3 minutes. Oh, wow. Tampa now has a 10, by a margin of 10, is out shooting the Preds. So they could be pulling away with this one, even though it doesn't show on the scoreboard. Okay, number 2, excuse me. Number 2 is the reverse retro. It's a union of things I like. The original Nashville Predators design in yellow. The logo looks great on there. They only ended up going, I think, with one shoulder patch for that one, which I didn't like. But everything else looks really good. The numbers are what make this jersey. The way the font themselves, you have, the navy fill with the stroke around it as well. It looks great. Not my favorite reverse retro, but it took a little while for me to warm up to this one, but they did a really good job with this. Number 1, not a great photo of it because you can't see the checkerboard pattern, but it is the navy checkerboard jersey from, I think, 2009 to 2011 or something like that. The way that the logo looks with the silver and the ice blue sort of detailing is magnificent. I don't have this jersey. I really want to get it one day. You have a different shoulder logos are different than what they've worn before as well. They have it's a circular logo with, I think, checkerboard detailing inside the shoulder logo as well. So this one to me, even though like other teams wear navy in the NHL, it's got a couple of cool features. It's the logo that does it for me though. The numbers are very generic and boring, but it's the logo and it's that checkerboard pattern. So that is the jersey. If the 5 most difficult jerseys for me to collect, this would be in the top 5, and yeah, it'd be in my top 5. So yeah, if you guys have any comments, favorite Preds jerseys, least favorite ones, you guys let me know. Same thing for the Lightning. And check this out, and then we go right back to our background image too. So haha, 10-7. Are you kidding me? Good Lord. Man, I gotta watch the highlights. That's gonna take half of the evening. Oh, anyway, we go back to the third period here, about 5 minutes in. And of course, folks, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that thumbs up because that helps others like you discover this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I have in the video description below and here on my YouTube screen, you can see my handles for Instagram and for Twitter. I also accept super chats, but I still love you anyway. Actually, here, let's cut to my dog. She's cute. Hey, Cortana. You having a good time? You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl, yeah? Hey, who do you want to win this game? Hey, you think the Predators are going to come back? Maybe a little 3-2 overtime victory? Will Snipe Selly? Who's a good girl? Anyway. NHL could switch to Under Armour? Well, I don't know how long their deal with Adidas lasts. It's for a while, though. Man, I can't believe that game, man. 10-7? I wouldn't be opposed if they wanted to go to Under Armour. It's just they got to make the collars better. Whoop. All right. Tomorrow we got Oilers in Carolina. That'll be a fun one to watch. The Ethan Bear Cup, basically. Cortana says hi back. Cortana's allegiances remain faithful to the San Jose Sharks. No look. Oh, that was bad. All right. So still 2-1. Low scoring, very low scoring compared to the Stadium Series, or excuse me, to the Winter Classic. We didn't have a Stadium Series last year. We had the outdoor game between Vegas and Colorado, and we had what? Boston. Who did they play? Philly. Oh, Eric Chernak isn't playing. I didn't know that. Who's a good girl? How do I feel about the Canucks taking the Flames down 7-1? I mean, Shannon himself said this, and I agree in that, like, yeah, if you're Calgary, you're going to have a stinker in there. You know, sometimes the timing, you know, you might have a back-to-back, or it's not like, it's not that I don't want to credit the Canucks, because they've been playing really well defensively. You know, Markstrom had a bad game. But I could tell after 4 goals, like Markstrom, you could tell he just didn't want to be out there anymore. So it just looked, he wasn't trying, it looked like. And I'm a Jacob Markstrom fan too. Speaking of Markstrom, there we go. I got this beauty, absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, that Canucks Flames game, with the Canucks wearing the skate jersey and the Flames wearing their beautiful road jersey, that's one of the best jersey matchups you could find out there. So I don't really have any criticism to dish toward the Flames. I mean, they played a crappy game, but that wasn't a sign of things to come necessarily, because, you know, they've been so defensively stingy otherwise, right? Oh, let's go. Your duck likes the Penguins? I wonder why. It's so funny, or not funny, but it's cute you have a duck. Speaking of which, I thought to myself, Cortana could use another companion. So, I don't know, maybe one day. I'm not sure, but maybe one day I'll like adopt a cat or something. I was thinking about what to name him or her. Well, Cortana's a girl, so maybe I'll get a boy cat. Then that way I can name him any sort of hockey name. And I thought, why don't I just name him Twister? Just call him Twist. I would love that. Or I could just call him, like, you know, Gretzky, or, you know, variety of hockey names. Rocket or something like that. Right on, man. Oh. Canucks might actually make the playoffs. I mean, I wouldn't count them out. But, of course, we haven't heard any, like, serious hard rumors about them shopping Connor Garland or shopping JT Miller. Once that kind of gets out, you know, into the fold, then maybe we know what their outlook is going forward. Which, I mean, I would understand. Even if they were in playoff contention, I would understand why they would sell off assets. Just because of, you know, their cap situation. It's not the worst out there, but it's not easy. But with the Canucks, when you're playing as well defensively as they are, Demko is having one of the best seasons that we're not talking about. They don't count them out just yet. That's kind of the way I look at it. But in my opinion, they have to win. They have to win defensive battles. They have to win games. No, they can't be expecting to win. Track meets 5-4, 6-5, or whatever. They got to win the 3-2 or 2-1 games. You got a Coyotes jersey for Christmas? I guess that'd be one of the Kachina ones, right? All right, Preds have a power play here. They have a chance to get back into this. Shot. Oh, blocked. Now toward the net. Johansson. Oh. Yeah. It's my dog's 8-legged friend. Whoop. Yeah, the Kachina jersey looks great in Adidas. Here's a shorthanded chance here. Shoots. And was that on goal? I guess he did. I guess he got a blocker on that. Boy, that would have sucked if the Lightning went up 3-1 with 12 minutes left there. But that's why Yusei Saros is having the season that he is. The juice, baby. All right, now 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Vasilevsky steers it to his teammate. McDonough sends it up the ice for a clear. Shots on goal, Tampa 29-20. So again, Nashville only 20 shots on goal, 8.5 minutes into the third period. That's not going to better their chances when Andrei Vasilevsky is at the other end of the ice. Yeah, I also like the victory green. Dallas, yeah, you also have to commend them for the blackout jerseys they have. That's one that if I had to buy my next 3 jerseys, I would probably buy one of those blackout ones. Definitely get it customized though, because I really like those numbers. That penalty has expired, so we're back to 5-on-5. The best chance on that power play was the Lightning's shorthanded bid. Where the heck is Matt Duchene? Where's Philip Forsberg? Yeah, the blackout one looks cool. Who do I think will win tomorrow, Canucks or Rangers? And you're a Canucks fan. Oh, between those two teams? I would think that New York would be a little ticked off after getting shut out by the Penguins today. So there's your answer. Not to mention, if the Canucks are coming off a 7-1 win, sometimes they can kind of let their guard down. Like a team might let their guard down after a blowout victory like that. So I would pick the 1994 Game 7 result. Oh, man. I don't know how long you've been around sports and horns. But, man, 94, my San Jose Sharks, even though I was a kid, I wasn't following them at that time. They were a crossbar away from taking on the Canucks in the conference final in their third season in the NHL. Yeah, that's basically what happened against the Leafs. But yeah, if anybody needs a Stanley Cup right now, it's not the Leafs. Not the Leafs. The team that needs a Stanley Cup the most is either the Sabres or the Canucks. It's a very simple formula, right? I would like to, that'd be, it would never happen, but if those two teams played in an outdoor game, that'd be kind of fun. I want to see the Canucks in another outdoor game, probably against the Kraken at Lumen Field in Seattle. Although it would probably rain, so that's why they should have it here, We're 5 hours east, but At least we have cold enough climate to for something like that. Oh, there's a shot in the goal. One-timer. Oh, man. Stammer with the hammer. 3-1 Tampa Bay. Beautiful. Beautiful finish. Let's take a look at how this play developed. Oh, wow. What a great play to keep it in the zone by knocking the puck out of midair. And then, Killorn under the net. Good cycle. Wow, just making use of every position on the ice. And then the defenseman just does not anticipate Stamkos in a low slot like that. 3-1 on the 30th shot of the game for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to see Buffalo win a cup, too. I mean, like, there are a lot of teams, not every team, who I want to see win a Stanley Cup. Like, this year, I mean, I'm a Sharks fan, right? So, I want to see Joe Thornton lift it because he's not playing after this. He's hardly even playing this year. So, I want to see the Panthers win a cup. I want to see the Avalanche win a cup just to actually... Oh, there's a penalty that the Predators just drew. Is that going to be a penalty shot? I want to see the Avs win a cup just to see how good they can be for a playoffs. But they got to get past the second round before I think they're a real, legit threat. Vegas is going to win one day. I don't know if it's going to be, with this current regime of players. They'll win it one day. Everybody's going to win it one day. Even the Sharks. Damn. So they didn't call a penalty shot, I guess. I think they should call one. All right. Let's see if Nashville can actually put some sustained pressure on Tampa. Winnipeg winning a cup would be awesome. Of course, that city is celebrating a CFL championship for the Blue Bombers. That's everything I know about the CFL. That and Doug Flutie. But yeah, I'd say that like at the top of who needs the Stanley Cup, it's the Canucks and the Sabres, without question for me. The Leafs, I don't know if they would be next necessarily, or I would choose maybe like you have the Sharks, who have been around since 1991. You have the Senators, who have been around since 1992. So I think that they're up there as well. The Flyers aren't that far behind either because they've gone 47 years without a Stanley Cup. I wouldn't mind seeing Carolina win it as well with Brind'Amour as their head coach. The Panthers might actually have a chance. Buddy, They have to win these games 5-4 or 6-5. It's starting to look like that again because Bobrovsky's been kind of run into the ground, unfortunately. He's had a very good season. I don't know why they continue to trot Weegar and Ekblad out there together. I don't know if they've been doing that in the last couple of games, but I would think that they would keep with that. And Spencer Knight, he's in the AHL right now, right? We got to see that Spencer Knight from the playoffs last year, if they want to make a run. I think, but I'm hoping that the Panthers find a way. But we got a trade deadline coming up. So, oh man, there's a goal for Nashville. There you go, Philip Forsberg. There we go. Playing for that big new contract. That was quick. They're right back in this. Panthers logo is underrated. I might actually agree with you on that one. I know everyone loves like the original. I like a lot about it. I'm not in love with it. I mean, it's a good logo. If people say it looks like a soccer logo, I think that's probably the main point of criticism. The leaping cat that they have on their helmets, I wish they would use that as their current logo. I think that's their best. I think that one looks better than the one from the 90s. Wow, the Predators are 10 for 10 in the faceoff circle. Here's another chance after the goal. A little bit of 5-on-5 time in the Lightning zone, something that has been hard to come by for the majority of this game. Seven minutes left in this game. There is time. Stamkos lost his stick. These guys are going to be tired for Tampa. There's another shot from the point. They're trying to get some traffic in front of the net. That's a pretty big clear for Tampa after the first shift since the goal. Panthers should add more blue into their home jersey. I could do with it, or I could do without it, I would say. Well, all right, we got ourselves a game here. So then, Sports and Horns, would you want the Canucks to go back to the skate jersey or do something else? The joke I like to say is when people say, like, hey, what should the Canucks do for their next jersey? I say, well, whatever they do should be in purple because they've used every other color. Forsberg's got a great duster. What are you talking about? Wow, 16 goals in the last 19 games for Philip Forsberg. But again, like I was hearing, Friedman and Merrick talking about Forsberg's potential contract, and Roman Jossi's the highest paid player on the team at just over $9 million. And they were speculating that Forsberg would be pushing for something like north of 8. He is really inconsistent. He's doing great this year because he's in a contract year. I wouldn't offer that guy any more than $7 million. Frankly, that's my opinion. But the Predators had players like him and Fiala, even though he was younger, and Johansson and Duchesne when he first got there, and these guys just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. So it's like, do you really want to tie yourself up in that much for someone who can be electric but isn't a game in, game out top performer like Roman Josi is? So I thought that was interesting because I think they could regret that deal, 2 or 3 years in. But that's me. All right, the Predators are pressuring a little bit here. They're finishing some checks. They're pressuring the Lightning when they're trying to get that clear. And there's an icing, so it'll lead to a face-off in the Tampa zone. All right, just under 5 minutes left. And the Predators closing the shot clock a little bit. 31-23 still in favor of Tampa. But yeah, good pressure ever since the goal. Face off between Belmar and, I don't know, Forsberg, whoever that was at the Tampa zone. Behind the net here, it looks like there's some good defensive support for Tampa. And there's a clear that gets up through the neutral zone. And it's still in the Predators' control, but obviously now they're going to have to, produce a new possession. Canucks bring back the black and red jersey. All right, so I didn't like that jersey so much, but somebody who I featured on the channel, I think TD Creative, his name's Jamie. So what he did was he actually reversed the black and the red, and that looked wicked good. I like that quite a bit. So if the Canucks did something like that for their reverse retro, that might be a purchase for me. It looked pretty darn sharp. Anyway, we got one more commercial break here with just about 4 minutes remaining in the period. After this game, well, we'll see if the Preds can tie things up. I don't know, depending on activity in people joining the chat and whatnot, I might just drop off after that because my Sharks are starting a game too against the Boston Bruins. But I don't know, if we get a lot of people here after the game's over, maybe I'll stick around for a little bit. Final commercial break of regulation, I should say. You love the reverse retros? I mean, it was awesome that they made a full program out of that, where everybody got one, I didn't like all of them, that's for sure. But it was cool seeing, like, Blasty come back. And next year we get the Fisherman to come back and the Robo Penguin. So it's a big win. My only complaint about this is that, I mean, it's good. It's that, the league is probably seeing, like, jersey revenues go up quite a bit. And Shannon is probably a huge reason. And Neil probably contributes to that. I really do think that they have a huge role in that. Oh, Knights and Avalanche too, yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a marquee matchup. So it's kind of like, I just don't want to see the NHL have, like, new jerseys every, like, I mean, obviously, like, teams can issue an alternate every few years, but I don't want it to be like a team comes out with a new jersey every year, because first of all, they'll be going back to the well too much, I think. And just retread, there'll be a lot of retreads. And sometimes you have, like, the NBA where those jerseys that they put out today, not all of them, but a lot of them don't even look like North American sports jerseys. The logos don't look like that. So, or like the color schemes. I'm seeing, like, the Toronto Raptors will wear yellow, or the Golden State Warriors have red in their jerseys or something. I think they actually did back in the day, but you see things like that, and I'm like, what does this have anything to do with the team that's out there right now? So I can be a little wishy-washy on that. Overall, it's a great thing, though, if they find new merchandising opportunities. Win the Calder Cup in the AHL. Oh, I don't even know who's good this year. I don't really follow the AHL, at least not now, because my Barracuda are horrible. I mean, I can take a quick look at the standings and let you know who I like otherwise. I don't know, Milwaukee Admirals? You found my channel in 2020. Yeah, it's already been 2 years then. And then, yeah, I started making content. It's been 4 years. Like, yeah, I mean, that's the idea. It's like a yellow Raptors jersey. I'm like, huh? Bring back the good stuff, man. The purple and red with the actual dino on it, man. That is still one of my favorite jerseys, like, ever. Vince Carter. Yeah. All right, 2:38 left. So pretty soon we might see Saros come out of his net. Milwaukee's okay. Not as good. Okay. I don't know who else I would like then. Oh, Braden Point had a chance to make it 4-2, but a good pad save from Yusei. Oh, Egginator. Thank you. I appreciate that. And, I produce content multiple times a week. So, my cadence is usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for videos. That might go to just two a week, but I've been doing 3 per week. Videos, analyzing the NHL, covering all teams, or at least a lot of relevant teams, and putting out some historical content once in a while. I'd be the Green Ranger. You're a Kraken fan. Right on, man. Do you live in the Northwest? I'm in North Idaho, actually. So I went to a game in November, and I was at the preseason game in Spokane. Would I have time to rate goal horns? Oh wait, I'm sorry. What goal horns? That was something else that was on my mind. Rate the logos when the game is over. Excuse me. Well, I mean, yeah, but I would have to actually like integrate it into my software. So I have to like go into my software and like create like this new layer, like display layer, and I have to like arrange the logos so that they look like the jerseys earlier. Long story short, if you'd like me to do that in a future stream, feel free to email me, and I will, certainly look into making that part of the streaming program, because I think that would be a lot of fun too. So, yeah, I would certainly consider it for a stream. Oh, right on. Eganeta. For NFL, Wait, what now? For NFL, you're a Rams fan. For a decade. Oh, really? Oh, to each their own, I suppose. So you were a fan of the St. Louis Rams. Maybe it was, I don't know, watching highlights of Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. Anyway, it's an empty net for the Preds here. They're in the Tampa Bay zone. There's Roman Josi at the point. Gets over to Granlund at the half boards. Looking for a shot. My feed just cut out for like a half second. That's true too. I do want to like have the logos like enlarged though, so I can see the details. All right, less than a minute left. Shot from the point, just a little bit wide of the net. Duchesne corrals it, feeds it back to the point. 6-on-5. Little point patty cake. Behind the net, Forsberg trying to find Granlund in front, or Janot. Trying to jam at it through Vasilevsky's pads, but Vasi is able to shut the door. Yeah, you're right. Vasi's mask is awesome, actually. All right, 34.2 seconds left. And of course, the face-off is going to be in Tampa's zone. The net is emptied. The shots are 33-25 in favor of Tampa. These last few minutes have been pretty interesting. At least we have ourselves a close game. That's good. Looks like Duchesne taking the face-off, and he wins it. And here's a shot from the point. Vasi was able to steer that aside. 26 seconds. Here's a shot from the half. Oh, there's a clear out into Nashville's zone. Granlund comes back and regroups. Let's see here. The puck is sent behind the net is Hedman. Here's Josi. Oh, they're collapsing and sending everything they can to the net. Point hangs on to it, and the game is over, and there's a bit of a scrum behind the net. Somebody came in late to hit point. Hedman came over to break that up. Would all the logos on a map work? Maybe. Do you want to like email those to me or something? But the game's over, so I'll hang out. I'll hang out for a few minutes here to see what our stream activity looks like, and if we don't really have like a lot of people joining in or anything like that, then I'll probably we can take a look at the logos on another stream. Yeah, I mean it was overall a pretty good game. Tampa controlled, I would say, about 2/3 of this game, but Nashville finally found some magic on the power play. Defensively, the Preds were overall okay, but That's an unfortunate loss for Nashville with the way that Dallas has been playing recently. Yeah, go ahead and send it. You'll see my email address in the video description. Wow, 68,000 people though. That is a lot in Music City for an outdoor game. Hey, what's up, dog? All right, so we know that the Tampa Bay Lightning have won this game by a score of 3-2. Here is a video of my cute dog. Right. Who's a good girl? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. What a good girl you are, yes. Such a sweetheart, aren't you? Oh, yes. Who's a good girl? You've been so good. All right. Don't worry, Cortana. You and I get to snuggle in just a little bit, okay? Whoop. Here we go. Here we go. Do it. Do the thing. Do the gator. No gator. Oh, good girl. All right. You don't have a favorite NBA team. That's okay. Actually, Egginator, I grew up a Sonics fan. But I don't really care otherwise. I mean, I've liked the Warriors because I grew up in the Bay Area, or basically south of it. So I am hopeful that they can continue doing well with Curry while they can, but I don't really care that much. You like the Raptors? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd be a Raptors fan if they brought those old school jerseys back. Old videos. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't see your comment earlier. I'm sorry. All right, you've emailed. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Could you give me a minute here? Going into my email would mean. Let's see. Can I pull up Streamlabs? All right. Wait, why can't I pull my streaming software up? All right, here's what we're doing. 1 sec. All right, close out of that. Okay. All right, let me see if I can. I have to tweak my stream for a moment here. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna take off my display capture. All right. Now I got to go back to YouTube to make sure that my display capture updates. Okay. That is certainly important. Then I need to go to my. Let's see here. Oh, okay. There we go. I see the email. Unfortunately, it went to my spam, but I took that off. All right, I said it was not spam. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. I didn't know they had this many teams. Okay, hold on a moment here. I don't know if I don't really think I can rank all of these honestly, but I can certainly give some kind of opinions on these, I suppose. All right, let's pull this up. Let's try this maybe one more time. And here we go. Enable display capture. Here we go. All right, well, it's going to be kind of hard to, I guess I'll have to like zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's probably okay. All right, whoops. No. No, that's not what I want, dum-dum. Dang it. What the hell? Just a sec, guys. All right, let's try that again. There we go. All right. This should work now. How was the game? It was overall a fine game. Not nearly as exciting as the Winter Classic. But, 3-2 Tampa. Nashville made it interesting in the last, 7 minutes or so. Because they closed the gap from 3-1 to 3-2. We had a bit of a fight earlier in the game, right? And almost a major penalty to start things out. So anyway, we're going to look at these NAHL logos. I really don't know too much about them, but thank you, Sports and Horns, for sharing this. So let's see what these teams are. Okay, a little pixelated. All right. First of all, there's they have 3 teams in Alaska? They have the Okay, well, first, here, I'm going to move my microphone here. Whoop. All right, so let's take a look here. We got this awesome looking like grizzly bear with the teal outline. That one's sick. I actually like the little detailing in the bear as well. See if I can zoom in just a little bit more. Then you have the Ice Dogs. There's already a team called the Niagara Ice Dogs. I mean, it's certainly fierce. Not a huge fan of the font. Overall, it's decent. I mean, granted, these are not designed by like somebody who's probably made 3 dozen NHL logos professionally. This is somebody who is still probably a professional designer, or at least in a lot of cases. But I can't expect the same exact sort of approach that we would for like the NHL or for other hockey leagues or for other sports leagues. Then we got ourselves this Brown Bears team here, and this guy almost he's chomping at the bit for sure. So he's looking pretty fierce too. It's crazy. You got 3 teams in Alaska here, but I gotta say that this first one here probably wins me over. I like circular logos, and again, this looks good. I'm just not a huge fan of the text with the Ice Dogs. All right, then we got the Bobcats in North Dakota. Man, see, we need more teams like right in here. This is where we need the teams to be. My neck of the woods. But in North Dakota, you got the Minotaurs. That's pretty unique. Kind of a lot of blank space though around the logo. I would have almost preferred something kind of like the Mooterus, right, where it's like head-on symmetrical. Then you got the Bobcats. That's pretty standard. Kind of looks like a standard kind of like high school or maybe even like Division II college team. But by no means bad, actually. Then you have the Wings, which are in South Dakota. Huh. I don't even know where the heck these teams are. I know that certainly I can look over here, but the Wings, this to me is very text heavy, obviously. So I'd probably say the Wings one might be my least favorite logo, even though the top of it actually is pretty cool. The Bulls of, I don't know if that's just North Dakota or whatever. This Bulls logo actually, I don't think that many teams actually pull off a bull mascot very well. This one absolutely kills. I love it. It's great. And in green too. It's very unique for that mascot. So this is among my favorites for sure. Then you've got the Norsemen. Now this one I can't really see too well just because the logo size is pretty small. So I'm not like in love with it. I think of like the Adirondack Thunder. That logo to me stands out more versus this one. But again, it still has detailing and everything. Then you got the Minnesota Magicians. That's awesome. Everything, the hat, the way that the text has been arched, and the shading of it is really cool. It's not my favorite like mascot to have, but that's why you gotta like lean into these kinds of leagues for sure. Anchorage Wolverines, Fairbanks Ice Dogs, Kenya River Brown Bears, Amarillo Bulls. Interesting. Oh, well, what's up? Killer bow. Throwing bows. This Wilderness logo is something else. This one is magnificent. Obviously, it's almost like this is a farm team of the Minnesota Wild, and you have this like great horned owl. Even that little moon in the distance, in the background, looks awesome. The slant to the text, the cursive, and then that cream color for the main mascot. That's awesome, man. That's probably going to be my favorite. It's a badge, right? It's a crest. It's kind of like more like a soccer logo, but damn, it is a thing of beauty. Then you've got the Austin Bruins, okay, which is kind of funny considering it's like Boston, Austin. And I actually really like the font, the way that it's used here. And the Bruin itself is obviously very fierce. Bruins, Bears it's such a commonly used mascot that it's not like that's not blowing my hair back, but that's pretty well executed though too. And then you got this. I'm not sure who these guys are. Again, I'd have to look. That one to me is not exactly standing out as a good primary logo. Maybe like a shoulder logo. It's got sort of a military sort of like, or like Space Marine sort of vibe. Then you got the Janesville Jets out of Janesville, Wisconsin. I've driven through there, and I like this one. It's kind of elegant. You know, again, a lot of blank space behind the jet, but considering the shape of the jet and its detail, I think that plays off of each other just fine. Not my favorite, but good interpretation, I guess, of a Jets mascot. Then you have some sort of team here in Western Pennsylvania. I can't really see the detail too well. It's pretty pixelated. Like, I can't really see the facial detail, but this to me is probably a little bit too busy. But I love the feathers, actually, and sort of the war paint. You know, I know people will have their various opinions on depicting, you know, Native Americans and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I think the detailing on the face like that is pretty cool. But anyway, let's check out this other one here. Look at this sort of Patriot one in Massachusetts. This one to me also might be a little bit too busy. I mean, putting the stars around the kind of circle, that's kind of cool. But there is a lot going on with like the shape of New York, and I mean the way that they're able to make an actual persona out of the you know, a state shape is pretty cool though. Then you have the Northeast Generals. This looks like it would be on a baking soda box, or like Arm & Hammer or something like that. Which it's still all right though. Looks very classic, like something from the 60s or something. This Maine Nordiques, perfect. I really don't have much more to say about it. It's beautifully composed. A little star at the bottom there. The marquee looks great. The stroke around it, the fleur-de-lis, the colors. It's great. So I'd say that, like, based off of what I've seen so far, my probably three or four favorite would be like the Nordiques. I would say the Wilderness is amazing. This Bulls logo, again, it's better than any Bulls logo I've seen, so I would probably have that up there. And then this first one out here is pretty cool too, just for its colors and just how primal it is, I would have to say. And let's take a look at some of these other ones. Oh yeah, the hat tricks. Why did I think they were in a different league? I don't know. I think I've seen some of these other logos before, but that hat tricks one is awesome. That logo is better than the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. I don't even think it's close. And I like the Swamp Rabbits logo. That is one of the best sports logos, period. It is, I love the colors, the eye of the rabbit, the ear design too, just the stroke, the shape of it. And the hat, the shading looks great too. Great colors. It's such a great logo. So, I don't know. Maybe that or the Wilderness have to be the best ones. Then you've got this Titans one here. Looks to me too much like the Syracuse Crunch. It's something that looks straight out of the 90s, I would think. From like a computer imaging program. Then you've got this Maryland team here. Let's take a look at this guy up close a little bit. Not bad, because it looks a lot like the state of Maryland flag, so I respect that. In the Terrapin state otherwise. So, not my favorite, but conceptually I do like that quite a bit. Then you've got the Springfield, I don't know, the Springfield abolitionists, I don't know. But putting Lincoln on the front of a sports logo, as somebody whose ancestors were his bodyguards, which might not be true, but kind of is true, I can dig on that. A little plain, but considering you have the actual intricate persona, and then you have something simple behind it, it actually works okay. And then, oh my god, and then down here, look at all these teams. This is just the cream of the crop, is it not? Right? So this is the South Division. So you've got the Amarillo Wranglers. I've been to Amarillo. That's which one are the Wranglers? Okay, that's these guys here. I can't really see too much of what's going on. I just see some horns. You go to Texas, you get the horns. You don't mess. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Huh. Now, this to me, conceptually, again, it's really cool because, I don't know, that kind of reminds me of like a hurricane sort of element, kind of like the Carolina Hurricanes. And the text itself is cool too. It's just that the scaling of it, the positioning of it, isn't really winning me over that much. What about these crawdads or whatever they are in Louisiana? What are they called? The Shreveport Mudbugs, that's right. I would have to see a high-res file of that. The Lone Star Brahmas one is really strong as well. I like that quite a bit because you actually get the limbs of the bull, whereas a lot of other logos just don't. Nevada teams in the NHL. Oh, or the NAHL? Oh, okay. I could get on board with that too, for that matter. California team? Yeah, why not? The Hat-Tricks are in 3 leagues? Oh, okay. Well, that Hat-Tricks logo is amazing. But yeah, the Brahmas look great. I still really like this Bulls one, though. It does it for me. Even the text, too. But this Lone Star one is pretty solid. And the color plays great, too, with the purple and the gold, like actual gold. Then you've got, let's see here. Where are these guys? They are Wichita Falls Warriors. I like kind of the Texas state inside the shield. That looks neat. But there needs to be some like depth, I think, kind of created between that and the actual helmet. The Jackalopes, granted, this again looks kind of like a, like a 90s cartoon, but like I just love it. From a design standpoint, it's certainly not my favorite. But I mean, that rabbit loses out to the Hat-Tricks rabbit. But I think we have a winner of a league when you actually have 2 teams that are the Bulls and 2 teams that are Rabbits. And then you've got, what is this, the El Paso Rhinos? That to me looks a little too generic, like a, like a generic team you could create in Madden or something like that. The San Jose Rhinos, now we're talking, the Roller Hockey International in the 1990s. And then you have here in New Mexico, what are they now? They call themselves the New Mexico Ice Wolves. I love the sort of Southwest-inspired shading on the nose. And the eyes actually look awesome too, because they're the Ice Wolves. They got ice in his eyes. That's cool. So, yeah, man, I would have to say that my favorite logos, I mean, out of this set here, I do like that Santa Fe one. And maybe the Brahma Bulls would probably be second. Still a couple other good ones. But yeah, to me, the Hat-Tricks and the Wilderness. Hat-Tricks, Wilderness. Yeah, I would get jerseys of those. Hell, I'd get a Nordiques one because I just love the Quebec Nordiques as well. The Secret Service didn't exist until after Lincoln's assassination. That's right. That was not the only time that there was a planned assassination of Abraham Lincoln either. Anyway, guys, I should probably bounce out right about now, though, so my dog can go outside and relieve herself, and she needs some cuddle time with her dad, too. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and if you haven't already, you had a good time. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to look to try to do these maybe every other week. And we'll have a program like this as well. So I have some jerseys I could rank during a live stream. We can do more trivia. We can do more jersey talk. We can talk about the NHL. And hopefully you can be a part of that. Stay tuned for Tuesday's video. Even though it's going to be a video more so for newcomers to the NHL, it's going to be a guide on like why you should cheer for a certain team. And then I have more content coming up. 5 reasons why, that series, right, on playoff bound teams. Next week, next Thursday, might be the Leafs. It might be the Leafs. If not, it might be the Capitals, but they don't necessarily look that hot these days. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much for sticking around for as long as you have. And I'll see you around for more live streaming. Have a great night.